Sorry about the slow start there. Had an issue with my mic, but welcome to the fifth episode of Lost Souls. We are in the lands of No Cooney, in the city of Innsvine, and we've lost two of our adventurers. Perrin met a sudden end with a decapitation, and Durlac seemed to poof into non-existence. Tiuna seems to be siding with Lyra, and Lyra has given them a task of going and finding the king and exploding his chambers. Everyone has been there, but our friend Joe was away. The last fight for him was just too much, and he had to sleep it off. Little does Joe know until this point that their new companion, Try, asked for a little nibble. They told him to take Joe's toe, and Joe will find out very soon that his toe was taken. As to that, we'll have a couple of new adventurers joining us today, Valerian and Bert, and you all will get to meet them right now as I go over to introduce you all. So we're going to start with Giuna. How are you doing, friend? How are you feeling about everything that's going on?
First of all, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. I'm feeling a little lost. I just lost a couple of friends. Friends, I guess. So I don't have much to say.
Okay. We'll move over to Trimmer. Trimmer, what are you thinking about everything that's happened?
I'm gonna be honest. I ain't got too much to say. I mean, I'm kind of in the same boat as Gina. Um, saw two people get wiped off the face of the planet. I'm apparently about to go blow something up. I may or may not survive. I don't know. I'm trying to figure that one out. Um, yeah, I
Seems
ain't
like a
got
lot's resting
much.
on your shoulders there, man.
I was confused.
I wish you the best. We'll move over to Joe. Joe, you took the night off. You were really hurt from that fight and fell asleep. I will let you know, though, you did wake up, and in doing so, there's a new chest in the room that you didn't recognize, and you've noticed that you're missing a big toe.
I'm, oh, oh, I missed a lot, didn't I?
Yeah, as you're going to be waking up, and you really don't know where everybody's at. Like
Oh
I said,
boy.
that big toe, it's gone.
At least it isn't my bald head, so I'll take it. I'd much rather have the toe gone than the head. I worked hard on it.
All right. We'll move over to Valerian next. Valerian, you guys have been out adventuring for a while now, and you're making your way back to the grove. What are you thinking?
Honestly, it's been quite the journey with my pal Bert here, and not a whole lot of thoughts, just hoping the Grove is a little more peaceful than when we left. I know Lyra was taking over and doing all sorts of negative to the Grove and the kingdom, and yeah, I hope it's a bit better.
Okay. Thank you. Bert, my friend, been away from the Grove for a long time. This is your first time coming back home in a minute. How are you feeling? What are you thinking?
Bert, Bert, Bert just stay with Elle.
Or just stay with Elf. Wise words spoken. Alright. That will put us in the very beginning of the episode, where we're going to find ourselves with Lyra, Giuna, and Tremor.
Yeah. Before we continue any of this little deciding on what to do on the whole bomb situation, I need to do one thing. I go over to Perrin's body and pick up his umbrella and just see what else he had on him.
Okay. Roll me an investigation.
I give myself guidance.
Yes.
So give me a D4 bonus to it. Come on, good rolls. Oh boy. Plus the D4. 9.
9. Okay. You, on this body, or the umbrella's a giveaway. Definitely getting that. You're also going to find a few gold. I'd say 3. You will notice what appears to be a bag of holding on him. And that's about it.
Well, I kind of like this little bag here, so I'm going to bring this with me.
Upon
Thought for sure I
doing
had
so,
quite a
Lyra's
bit
going to
more.
fly in front of you and say, I don't think that bag's going to be very useful for you.
Well, do you see anything else that might be useful in there?
Why don't you hand me the bag?
All right, and I hand it over to her.
She takes the bag and dingles it in front of your face. And as doing so, the bag disappears as she runs her hand across it. She says, as I thought, alchemists, they're good for some things, but not for a lot when they're not here. And then she materializes a bag of holding in front of you and says, this should do you fine. You can add a
Yeah.
bag of holding to your inventory.
Ain't that a fancy little thing there?
While they were kind of like doing their like conversation, Turner walks over and gets the potion off of Perrin's body that he knew that he had.
You did know that he had that. Would you like to investigate to see if he has anything else?
Sure.
Go ahead and roll it.
9.
Based off of what is left on his body, you find 2 gold and a particular book. The book is sitting there.
Okay, I'll take the gold and the book.
That's all you got.
Okay.
Huh. Yeah, may I take a look at that book there, Trim? I didn't know he had that.
Yeah. I toss him the book.
I look over it and I'm like, what do I see?
You'll notice the title of the book is The Book of Many Wonders.
Book of Many Wonders.
Yep. And that's wonders,
You know,
not wanders. So.
I must say there, Tremor, if you don't mind, seeing as though we have quite the journey on our hands coming up, you know, with that whole bomb thing. Just to be safe, I'll keep this in here.
Yeah, that's fine.
And I slip it in the bag of holding.
Okay, and you will find that if you go to search for an item, the Book of Many Wonders is an item you can add to your inventory. It's already there and ready for you.
All right. Can I put Perrin's body in the bag of holding?
Technically, yes.
All right, so before I do that, however, since it's only been a short few moments since he passed, where is that thing that I was thinking? Oh, wait, I think it was this? Question mark. There it is. As I reach down, and I'm still, like, I still have his head, I put him kind of put him together, and I cast Gentle Repose on it, which, for the duration, which is 10 days, it's protected from any kind of decay and can't become undead.
For how long?
For 10 days.
Okay.
And then I slip it all in the bag of holding.
All right. You are successful in doing so, though you're really jamming that body in there.
Good thing he was a small fairy, because anything bigger, I don't know if I would have been able to do this.
It's pretty tough getting him through the entrance. Once he gets in there, he's in there.
All right, and my lady, Lyra, if you would do the honors here. This was a very dear present to my faithful Perrin. And I hold it out to her.
The honors
Might
of
you do away with? Cause some form of perhaps burning. I don't know what your abilities are.
you want me to get rid of it.
Not get rid of as far as move to a different area, but destroy.
You want me to destroy your friend's essence here. I can do so. She'll put her hand out in what seems to be a bluish green flame. He puts it in front of you and says, "Well, go ahead."
Go ahead. Do you want me to hand it to you, or are you handing this to me to use?
She's putting the flame in front of you. It's in her hand. You said to do it. I might be confused in what you're asking.
I was asking her to break it.
The bag of holding with Perrin's body?
No, the umbrella.
Oh. Well, then,
Sorry,
as
I think that was me for that.
she's putting her hand out with that green flame, and you go to put the umbrella into it, correct?
Well, at first, when I see it's the green flame, I'm like, isn't that just a teleportation flame?
Oh, you got me. You are smart, Giona. I'll give you that. Here, how about this? hand the umbrella to me.
Now, keep in mind, I don't want it to disappear. I want to see its pieces on the ground. And I hand it to her.
Well, Lyra takes this umbrella and begins trying to bend, prod, and break it, stretching her and flying all over the place erratically. And try as she might, she's not capable of doing so. She throws the umbrella at your feet after several minutes of trying to break it and says, I don't know what this joke is, but I don't like
Quite
it.
frankly, I don't know either, if I'm being honest. I am rather surprised by this. But I have a new idea now. I think I found what should be my holy symbol. What do you think of that fancy little umbrella that for some reason can't break?
I don't like that umbrella one bit. It has caused me intense emotional pain, actually. I want your umbrella to not be in my sight at all. Please take it.
I will do. And for now, I put it and slip it into the bag of holding.
That is something else. The magic that must protect that is immensely strong.
Yes, that is quite interesting.
What?
Well, I apologize for.
That was from your fairy friend follower?
Yes, it was.
I don't understand. I don't like it. And I just need to get okay. So, the two of you all are on board with being rid of this selfish king, correct? We can
Yes, of
do away with
course. I mean, if it sounded like my other follower here was already willing to put himself or subject himself to be our bomb, I guess you would call it.
And what was your name?
Tremor.
Tremor. Tremor. Hmm. How do you fancy yourself as a bomb?
So I go boom, I guess.
I enjoy that. That you have a good follower, Gio. This is, I believe. I think you could see yourself with God.
Well, that is definitely the goal.
So, are you all wanting to get out of here?
Yes, of course.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put you guys right back where you were at. But you'll have to find the rest of the way yourself. I can advise you that by getting back to the king, you should seek out the druids, and they will be able to get you there, but you have to be on their side.
Oh, well, that's no problem whatsoever. I've already been through there once.
So if they sent you with a king to get rid of me, just pretend that you are on that journey. You have no news. You need to bring the king.
Yes, of course.
And she'll float her away right in front of Trimmer and start to brush your face with her hand and say, don't be afraid. Your sacrifice will be in a noble cause. And if it means anything to you, I can promise that your soul will rest with your deity. They all do at the end of the day. Giona is your deity. Your soul will rest good with them. You believe in Giona, correct?
Yeah.
She pats your head. Oh, good boy. Well, are you all ready?
I'm sure ready. Drummer?
Yep.
A giant, dark, shadowy fist appears from just seemingly her body for you all. She says, grab on.
All right, and I just reach around, grab on.
I do the same.
In the meantime, Joe, welcome to the awake world. You were just now waking up in your bed.
Ugh. How long was I gone for? Mm. My back feels. Wait. Why does something feels off? Something. Joe just looks down. What? Where's my toe? Wait. What? Where'd it go?
You will hear across from you just a little jitter of something moving in the room. But yeah, you will recognize that your big toe is gone.
I. Huh. I feel like I missed a lot while I was gone. God, how long was I gone for? My head. At least the voices stopped, but.
Well, it's been about a few hours.
Hi!
Oh, yeah. Try. Try.
I forget. Do you want to go by Ty or Try?
Try.
Right.
Tree.
Where are Tree?
Try. No, your toe was delicious. Your friend said it was
What?
okay. You didn't need it.
What? Wait. No. Who? Wait. Go back a few steps. What?
Yeah,
You
I
ate
was
my
hungry.
toe?
I needed fresh meat.
Fresh meat. New rule. We are not eating other people's toes.
What?
Especially if that person does not give permission. Who gave you permission?
The parent, they're like, but the friend, I think all, everybody said it was okay.
That does. You're. When I see that goddamn fairy and rabbit, oh my god, those two are going to die. I swear,
They
I'm so
told me,
done. I'm so
they
done.
told me to watch over you though, make sure you were safe. I just need to eat a toe for its payment.
So they allowed you to watch over me and just decided while in the meanwhile just have at it and eat my toe?
Yeah, they said just the toe though. I wasn't allowed to eat anything else.
Oh, thanks a lot, guys. So glad that they decided that the toe was the most important part. I
It was a
Where
good
are the
toe.
others?
Oh, they went into a hole, I think.
They wanted to. How long has it been? Do you even know how to tell time?
I think so. Hours? A few
Okay,
few hours.
so like if the sun was going down, like
What's the
what
sun?
time would it be? It's okay. Listen, do you know exactly where? I know you said a hole, but that doesn't give much explanation.
Mm-hmm. I do know where. I could take you.
Yes, please. Please.
All right.
And Joe's just gonna follow Ty.
He'll lead you out over into the common area over here. You have control, right, of your character?
Yes. Believe so? I do not see my character.
We're still
Oh,
on the
Did
old
we
map.
swap?
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't swap maps.
for you
There we
guys,
go.
yeah, it was correct
Yeah, it
on
was just
stream
for
at
stream.
least.
We're good.
Uh,
Yep, you're good.
You're good. Oh, there he is.
Yeah,
Yes,
for
I do have
reference, he was sitting
control.
right here across from you in the bed.
So
My bad
glad
on
he
that.
was. So glad he was carefully watching Joe as he slept.
So before you guys get to where you're going, Juna, Trimmer, Lyra brings you guys up to right here. She drops you off and whispers, "Just head to the portal."
Just enter the portal. Not a problem.
Are you
And-
sure this is the right? Oh, sorry.
Unfortunately, I have to take one really short break on stream, guys. Sorry about this. Real quick. You're right back.
No, you're good.
Hey.
Sorry about the abrupt interruption there. But we were just with our friends Giona and Trimmer being deposited up back into the catacombs by Lyra. What are you guys doing after that? Lyra kind of blows a kiss and disappears. Not even fly back down. Just disappears.
So apparently, that's essence here that she handed me earlier. I should hand to you. And I just quickly push it to give it to Tremor.
I come to stand there, so he kind of like sticks it to my shoulder or something.
You'll notice as he seemingly is able to use this magic without even thought, just transfers it into your body. And you notice a warming sensation. You're running a little bit higher temperature than you normally are. Not quite a fever, just really hot.
It got hot in here.
All right. We got quite the mission to complete.
Yeah, if I was you, I'd probably keep your distance from me just a little bit because I don't know how this works. I could just go kaboom.
Well, I can't control Juna, by the way. This guy can control Ty. Yeah. Well, hopefully, I think regardless, we probably should go reconvene
Yeah.
with that king.
Yeah, probably.
And I think we need to do it fast.
Yeah, because I'm gonna tell you, it got pretty warm in here.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel right now.
And as
I'm
you
under
all are
pressure.
talking, in bursts Try, and he sees Giuna immediately, and he goes, "Hey, my friend!" And he runs up to Giuna and says,
Well, hello there, Try.
"This way!"
Oh, Joe. Hello there. I know this is going to be quite abrupt, but we need to move and move fast.
Oh, okay. Where's the other two, or should I ask questions later?
Probably ask questions
I'll
later. I'm
answer-
gonna be honest with you.
I'll give you the quick answer. The rest of the answers will have to come later. They're dead.
Oh, I
Let's
so I don't even get so I don't even get revenge on like him letting him eat my toe. Okay, fine. Just my luck. Just my luck. So
and
where
then just start rushing to
exactly?
the portal. Back to that portal there, Joe.
So, okay. Where exactly are we going?
Time to go re-meet the king. As I
Oh,
jump in. I don't know what Ty's doing in this scenario.
I just follow after.
Yeah, I'm just following.
Last thing I say is, "Let's go, Ty."
That was enough. And then Try says, "Oh, okay," and follows. Now,
Bloop, 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 bloop,
we
bloop.
find ourselves back at the Druid Circle. Sagi is sitting here at her orb as she has been for a long time. Valerian, Bert, after many long travels, you guys are just finding your way back to the grove, and you found that there's no signs of anything within the city as you guys made your way through. And as you went through the grove, there's actually no summons, nothing up, no sign of any other druid until you start bending the corner on the orb. And as you do, Sagi hears your footsteps and puts up the barrier immediately to where nothing can get in. She doesn't see you.
Can she hear through the barrier by chance?
Yes.
Let Bert in. Let Bert in.
Usagi, it's
As
us.
soon as she recognizes that it is Bert and Alarian, she drops the force field and she hops on over and says, "Oh my, you all, thank you. It's been so long."
Bert back.
Yeah. We had to come home eventually. Just taken Bellamy to some new places, and now, well, we're back. We got a little distracted on the way, I'll be honest, but yeah, it's nice to be home.
Well, things are never good here.
Holy.
I'm so happy to see you. You both are okay. Bert, you must be hungry. And she points over into the corner of the grove where there is a stockpile of rations. Go, eat.
Bert hungry. Bert happy. Food yummy.
He's always been rather simple-minded. He hasn't been able to eat quite as much on the road. I'm very glad that you had some rations for him. Thank you.
Valerian, everything has failed. The families have
What-
failed. We had just recently the most promising thing was a group of adventurers who come in and said that they'd spoken to the king. They went to go see Lyra in the catacombs.
So, are you all that's left in the grove? Not that I'm not happy to see you, but where's everyone else? Where are the other elders?
There's only a few of us left, and everyone, including our leader, are out in their own journey, trying to find some kind of solution. I've just been left here to guard the orb as always.
Did Tree ever return from when he got taken that night?
No,
Oh, uh, uh, well, do you need anything from Bert and I now that we're home?
well, as she scurries about over towards the orb, just thinking and ranting to herself, this would be so much better. But everyone here, I miss the meetings we used to have, the gatherings. I'm trying to think. Could you at least go to the catacombs? Maybe see if anybody has returned,
Bert, thank you for food.
and maybe adventure into them a little bit. Don't be too. Don't stay there too long. I've heard Lyra's really turned the place up.
I mean, we can head that direction for sure. Is there anything we need to be worried about? Were these travelers were they kind, or
Well,
are they just terrible
most of
people
them,
and we're just trusting them?
seemed only in want of their wealth that they would get for doing so, if you ask me. But they seemed adamant, like they were confident.
Okay, well, I mean, we can at least guide them back here for a night, and I mean, hopefully you can offer them some guidance on what to do going forward. Did they have any plans after they defeated Lyra?
Well, I would hope the souls would have returned, but as you can see, they're not here.
Well, we will aid them and do our best. Thank you for the warm greeting, ma'am.
It's always good to see you all, and I will always protect our sacred orb and keep this circle pristine.
Yes, if you ever need us to return, just send one of the spirits and we'll be back. The summons, the spirits.
Thank
Yes. Of course. Uh, we should be back within just a few hours, but if you need us sooner, you know where we'll be. Come on, Bert.
Bert, go with hell.
Yeah, let's journey over. DM, just if I'm not mistaken, it's over here, yeah?
you. Sorry, hold on 1 second. Let me come back there. Which way?
Hanging.
That would be the city. It's up from there. Here.
Oh, okay. Yes, I do remember that now. You're right. And yeah, we just kind of gradually make our way up and towards the entrance to the catacombs.
Tremor, Joe, Giona. As you guys step out of that portal, it seems like you're just teleported right to the edge of this pit where everything in front of you looks solid, but if you look back, it's still a pit.
We don't have the actual map yet.
Sorry, I was trying
Okay.
to get everybody on there.
No, you're good.
I still don't have tree either. Try tree. Tree try.
You try,
Hi.
try tree.
Tie tree, try. Tie tree, try.
But you guys are here now, and you can see it, right?
Yes.
Yep, I see it.
So as you guys are coming up and being deposited on the front line here, what are you guys doing or saying?
Yeah, that was convenient. I was actually worried if we were going to drop kind of down in the hole. But we seem to have come right where we need to be. Anyways, I do believe we need to make our way.
Oh,
Try also plops down right behind you and just looks up at the sky with this being daytime right now and just says, "Oh my,
Isn't it lovely, Try? You've never seen this, have you?
what? So much fire in the sky."
it's
Yes,
the
that is
sun.
what we call the sun.
That does all this? As he just keeps looking around and spinning around in perplexion. It's all of his
Well-
life that he's lived has been in that dungeon. His entire perception is only that dungeon.
I do apologize, I know you want to admire this new stuff, but we do have something quickly to complete. So if you would follow me, and we'll make it there quickly, I'm sure.
And
All
as
right.
you all start, well, you guys have control of your stuff this time, right? Yep. As you all start walking, before you get too far, you guys are
Oh,
greeted
well, I'll wait till the other one pops up here.
New people.
by Alarian and Bert.
Oh, there. Hello there.
Hello.
Oh,
Are you
great.
the
Hi, I'm
travelers we were
Bert.
talking about? Yes,
Uh,
this is Bert, and I am Ilarian. Are you
Hello
guys?
there, Bert and Hilarion.
Are you the travelers that we were told would be here? Supposed to conquer Lyra?
And depending on who told you, yes, but if you don't mind pardoning me, we have quite a rushed mission to deal with. You
Well,
see, there's
what is that mission? Because you see, I was told that it was to conquer Lyra and
well,
free
you know,
the
she is.
souls.
I don't know if you've ever seen her. She's quite strong, and I don't think we have a lot of time on our hands.
So
And if you follow us, then, well, you'll see.
I,
Tremor? Joe? Please.
I think I'll need more details.
Oh.
Continues to step in forward in front of you.
He said
Bert,
stop.
Bert, can you
Again,
restrain
we are low on time.
the orange-haired one, please?
Bert's gonna grab him and try to restrain him.
I use it as he's reaching for me. I use a face step.
All right.
Choosing not to use the fire damage behind it because I'm still the summer.
Are you an Eladrin?
Yes, indeed I am. Again, please. I will. I promise you. I will explain once we all get to where we're going. If you don't mind
Fine.
following, then I don't mind there.
Bert, let's go. We'll get more information down the line.
Giuna,
Not very
where in
often I see
specific
another
are you
Eladrin
going?
around here.
Follow though.
Well, first, because I know we had to head back to the Grove to get to the city. So I'm
Okay.
heading to first the Grove.
So you guys will successfully make it into the Grove. Are you still rushing? Is anybody prodding?
It doesn't seem like there's much prodding that Alarian can do right now, so I'm just following where he goes
So
momentarily.
I'm following.
where is your end place that you're wishing to be, Giuna, as of right now?
I'm heading to bring him back to the portal that got us, or the entrance, if the portal doesn't show.
The entrance to the King's Chambers, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I would check portal first because I feel like that would be the faster way.
So to you all, those who are coming up upon where you guys had entered this portal, I'd say Giuna's leading the party here. Trevor not far behind. Joe isn't either. You're gonna have Bert and you right here. I have to give everybody control too. Got Larian, you have control. Bert, control. Trevor, you should be good. You should be good. And then Try has to come around with us everywhere too. And Giuna, by the way, Try is a follower of you. He believes in your godhood.
Woo!
Basically why he's with you. During your travels, you have full run of picking where he goes. Not necessarily his actions, but you can talk to him.
Mhm.
During like this like rush back here, would my temperature still be rising?
No, you're just still
Or did
really
it
hot.
just... Okay.
You just feel extremely warm.
So I don't know
Well-
what to do else beyond this, but do I see the portal as I'm rushing up this way?
Fountain looks normal.
Well, that's unfortunate.
You
Oh,
dragged
great.
us all the way back to Ensvine, and for what? Just
Damn,
to
it's hot
stare
out
at
here.
the old
We
fountain.
need to re-meet with the king, and this was our previous method of entry, excuse me. But it seems we'll
Yeah.
have to use the main entrance.
Isn't that entry blocked? No. Is it?
We would have to move some stuff out of the way, it
Wait,
seems.
wait, did the fire itself like go out where we entered in the first time? We originally jumped into a fire.
Yes, you don't see any fire
Oh.
there.
Oh,
Just
okay.
looks like
Well,
a normal fountain.
Unless you all know of a special way to get to the king's place.
DM's quick. Sorry, momentary pause here. Just need a question answered.
Do 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 do.
Well,
Oh, I'm responding.
oh, perfect. Man said he's responding with a novel, though.
Not a novel.
Well, I do know where the main entrance is. But
Oh, do you know?
without more information, I am afraid I don't think I can give that up. We were trusted by the king before all of this seemed to have happened. We've been gone for a while, you see. But we at the Grove were trusted by the king to protect everything around here. And that does include the entrances.
Uh-huh.
Bert, keep things safe.
Bert is very good at keeping things safe, you see. He's rather bulky, and I haven't met many who can get through him physically, at least. The face step was a
Uh-huh.
nice touch, though.
Okay.
I mean, that's all
That
fine and good. Did you ever meet your own king, by the way?
Yes, many times.
Might I ask what you thought of him yourself?
Uh, well, I didn't necessarily think he was the greatest of men, but he was my king, and though I am far more loyal to the Grove's duty is to, well, like I said, protect Ensvine and all that encompasses its kingdom.
Yeah,
And,
what a
well,
great job you have done with that.
uh, yeah, the rest of the Grove asked us to go on a bit of a mission, and, well, it seems they have, let the kingdom down.
If
So
Bert here, everything would be good.
I do have to side with Bert. I think they made a grave mistake by asking us to leave. Um,
Yes,
but yeah,
and it
they did keep
seems
the Grove
since your
safe.
king has passed,
uh-huh.
there's been darkness that has come over him.
Huh. Is that
One
so?
that seems to threaten the grove if you continue
And
under his path.
and may I ask who has told you this?
Well, it's been a various sort of things I've discovered. I lost my friend, my follower, Perrin, and his buddy, Durlak, because of the king.
Because of the king or because of Lyra? And I don't mean to make any assumptions. It's just you came from her catacombs, and that's where I've been told her presence is strongest, and that she's
He sent us
been
on a
messing with things
mission.
and tampering.
He sent us on a
Well, to
mission
be
that
quite
seems
frank,
impossible.
it's because of not just the king or just Lyra, it's both.
Yeah. Yeah.
Both. Well, first of all, I am truly sorry for your loss. I didn't mean to be disrespectful and question further. Uh, but yes, so why must you meet the king again? I understand that there's darkness coming over him. Why have you not chosen to just simply leave?
Well,
Oh, for that to
I
be
believe
enough.
we have some. I believe we have some questions for him, or at least this one does. And I point to Tremor.
And
That perhaps could help us either free the king from this darkness, or, if need be, do away with the darkness.
and may I ask your name, Elf?
The name's Trimmer. Damn it.
You're complaining
My
of
name
coffee.
Bert.
Would you like me to cool you down?
Is that all he says is Bert?
You have any ice? Like, you got some ice? You make a chunk of ice. I'll be happy with that.
DM, can I cast Frostbite specifically on the ground in front of him? Just to create like a little bit of a patch of ice for him to lay in.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do I need to roll or can I just cast it?
Cast it.
Because it's a con save. So does the ground beat a 14?
The ground does not beat a 14.
Okay, then Alarian's hand turns a very frosty blue as he freezes kind of a 5-foot radius right in between you and him, just here. And he says, well, it should be more than cold enough for you. You can lay there and relax for now.
Go sit
So
in
what
the
is,
ice.
and may I ask what these questions are that you'd like to
Tremor,
ask the
to
king?
you, your body temperature doesn't change.
What the fuck? Oh, okay. Give us some flair. Does the ice just melt when I go into it?
No, not. The ice doesn't melt any faster or slower than normal, but to you, you just feel extremely hot.
Is that any better, Tremor? Did the ice help?
No. No, not at all.
Oh,
Bert, see tiny Bert over there, El. Me go say hi.
you can say hi to the tiny
Hi,
Bert.
tiny Bert. And he pats his head.
For
Take in mind,
context, Bert
Bert is 8 foot and 320 pounds. I'm 8. Yes, I'm 8 foot and 320 pounds. So he just pats your head. It says, "Tiny Bert."
Well,
I
that's one way to greet Bert.
don't tell
We
me
like
he's going.
Tiny
These are-
Bert.
I do not like. Joe whispers
this
over
one
to
is quite
Giuna.
simple.
I really don't like that one. Don't be near that
Yes,
one.
he's quite simple.
He just
Oh.
patted my head and called me Tiny Bert. I feel offended and quite gross.
And
I
a
understand.
human, so I don't need to address you as Tiny Bert. I don't think he will change. But what is your name as well?
Tiny Bert.
The name is Joe Roganoth, but you can call me Joe or Mr. Roganoth, whichever one works, really. Just please not Tiny Bert, or will your friend only call me by Tiny Bert?
You see, my friend
Tiny
here,
Bert.
though
Bert likes
he's-
Tiny Bert.
he's
That
very,
explains
very strong, and he has many talents. Intelligence is not one, unfortunately.
I can
He's-
tell.
He is Bert, and Bert is him, and that's about all he has going for him in the intelligence department. And
Oh,
Eladrin, your name?
Mine is Giuna Seishin.
Very nice to meet you. Like I said earlier, there's not very many of us around here, and it seems you are in your summer form. Not a fan of it myself. I believe in only winter. Winter is the purest. But it's nice to see that others take shape of the other ones.
Yes, I tend to take shape of all.
Well, I can guide you, like I said, to the main entrance. Unfortunately, that is about as far as I can take you for right now, though. You'll have to figure out how to get in on your own and do all your questioning with the king. From what I remember, he doesn't really love to be bothered a whole lot, so I would rather not get on his bad side, especially with this darkness that you claim.
Yeah, so we will tread quite carefully.
And DM, because
Please,
out of character, I actually have no fucking idea where that is. Can you please tell me where that is?
oh,
Yep. We go back into the main town as everybody is making their way there. And how many people do we have?
You got
Perrin
Perrin and
not
Durlac.
supposed to be
Him with
there.
that bitches.
Durlac not supposed to be there.
they never died. No.
Bert.
Bert.
Bart.
But I can't send Bird in with them.
And then I gotta get the chest in here.
Bert like your hair. Hit colorful.
I think he's talking to you, Genuina.
Yes, well, thank you there, Bert.
See, like
He
I
also
said,
pats him on the head.
he's not intelligent, but he is very kind and friendly. He's a caring, gentle giant.
So
Oh.
you will notice that the big, tall, cylindrical building right before the statue is the entrance to those catacombs.
Okay.
Or not
Well,
King's Domain. Sorry.
right this way. If you'd follow me, I will take you to the entrance.
Yes, which I?
Wait, I didn't notice. Is that a mimic?
Yes, he was one that I found down in that lair. He's quite a nice little guy.
I never seen fire in sky. Kind of scared.
And
As you can see, he's quite nervous.
I'm going to walk up and specifically to Tai. I'm going to ask, well, what is your name, young mimic? You seem gentle and friendly.
Ty,
He does bite.
Your name is Tai.
Ty, and I'm hungry. I'm actually really hungry.
Oh no.
I'm
No.
going to pull out a bag of rations and give him specifically the dried meat. Without questioning, I just
Oh, thank you.
would imagine he likes meat. Of course. We can find something else for you here,
Fresh
though it seems
meat,
to be rather
please.
empty.
We'll
well,
get you fresh meat.
The last fresh meat I had was a toe.
A toe?
You realize it wasn't that long ago, Ty.
Yes. I know. It
I know it wasn't much, though.
was very small.
Tai,
wait.
I must ask that you don't eat my toe.
Well. So, get an arm?
No, if you eat any of me, my friend Bert there, I'll have him sit on you, and you might break.
No, well, no, I don't want to. I don't want to hurt. I won't eat
Yes,
you. No, none of
thank
you.
you.
Can somebody find me some meat, please?
I will. I'll do my best when we can.
Fresh?
For now, I must show them your friends here, the way to the King's Tomb. And I'll continue walking after my little interaction with Tai.
Okay.
Right this way.
We'll find you meat as long as it's not one of my toes. Please. That was not
one
a
of-
pleasant sight to look
One
at.
of your toes?
Apparently so. I fell into a deep slumber and I woke up and saw that I was missing one of my toes.
Joe's toe.
Joe's
Yes,
toe.
Joe's toe.
Yes. Yours.
It was delicious.
That's fascinating. How has your balance felt since then, Joe?
A little.
Little
a
Bert
little
missing
stumble.
toe? Does little Bert need help walking? Do little Bert need carry?
No. I thank you though,
Me
Bert.
can pick little Bert up.
Bert, I'm really good, Bert. I don't need carried for right now. Thank you though. I really do appreciate the offer. Even though it's very straightforward, but
Okay, me do it. Me goes and tries to pick him up.
So, Joe, you're definitely trying to resist this, correct?
yeah.
Roll an acrobatics, and then Bert, roll a strength check. Both of you. Acrobatics check, strength check.
11.
7.
Bert, as you're struggling to pick Joe up, you almost have him, but Joe's just fighting against you so hard. He falls out of your arms and onto the ground on his back.
I told you not. Bert.
It's okay. Bert pick you back up.
Bert doesn't seem to understand what no
Daniel,
is.
please.
While he's on his back, tries to pick him up again.
Same rolls. Go ahead.
Genuine,
What?
please help. Please.
While that's going on, I kind of whispered to
Only got a
Gina,
9.
18.
what's the probability of me just walking in here and like blowing
This
up?
time, Bert's not able to grab you at all. You stand
Yeah.
up and shove him off just a little bit, where Bert is actually pushed back a bit, and you're on your feet.
Why you
Bert?
don't want Bert help, little Bert?
I'm really
Bert-
not sure.
Bert
that-
means
what's
no,
going
Bert.
on.
Bert means no.
And
When I
Trim-
say no, you take that as a sign for it to not happen.
Bert
Please
go
take care
back
of your
to
friend.
L. Bert don't like little Bert no more.
Trimmer and Giuna, what were you guys doing there?
I kind of whispered to him like while they were like preoccupied with that. What is the probability of me just walking here and exploding? Because I don't know if we know exactly how this works. All I know is I am now a walking bomb. Don't know if it's something you detonate or if it's something as soon as I get close to that, it just goes off.
You know, that's quite the good question. But unfortunately, I don't really have an answer there.
I probably said, well, not that Ty probably heard, but I ain't really worried about that.
As you say that, Ty's just looking up into the sky in bewilderment.
I love Ty.
Poor Ty.
He's so cute.
I will say
Well-
perhaps you should rush in first to see what happens. If nothing happens, we'll clear the path and
Well,
we'll go from
this
there.
is it.
Yeah,
Inside
that
that large
looks-
tower.
Right.
Oh, it's quite a
Should
ways
be your-
underground then, is it not?
Yeah, from what I've heard, I never had to actually venture down myself. You see, when the king was alive, he lived in the palace, and that's where we met him and had our conversations.
That's
But
And just
it
dash to
seems-
the door.
Where is he going? Why is he so
he's
excited?
looking at- Oh, he's running.
well.
Um,
I wait like however long it would take for him to get down to where the rubble is. I don't know, 5, 10
Jimmy,
minutes.
what exactly did I
He
miss while
makes
I
his
was
way
asleep?
to that rebel.
And nothing happens.
Nope.
Okay. After several minutes, I'm like, and again, I think I will explain everything once this part of the mission is complete, because it did say it's going to be quite a long story.
Okay. What is even happening evermore?
If I'm being honest, you lot seem very mysterious and rather dishonest.
We
I
will
just
actually go on our first true official break of the night, because it has been a little bit
Sounds good to
over. I
me.
tried to do that. And we're back from break, everyone.
Hmm.
We were just here with Trimmer running down. Giuna was waiting to hear if anything happened. Nothing did happen. Trimmer, you're quite a ways down there, by the way. I'd say approximately it took you about 3 minutes to reach the bottom of that staircase, where you ran into a large pile of rubble.
And after those few minutes pass, I look to the other two, and I'm like, gentlemen, I know you said you can't go any further, so I will be back shortly. And then
Of
I
course.
just rush in.
we shall wait here.
You're going
Okay.
like that.
You follow in.
Joe, would you like to go, or would you like to remain with Bert and I? Bert seems to have taken a very special liking to you, let's say.
Joe immediately runs off without taking any questions.
So all of you have made it down
Why
into
can't
this.
you leave?
I haven't prepared a map for this area, so you'll have to just imagine.
Yeah.
Um,
So we'd
Okay.
go in, and once we find the rubble, we'd immediately start trying to do what we can to move it. Or Giuna would.
yeah, and you
And
guys
try.
notice that you're
How
able
much
to
of these
move.
rocks do you think you could get out of the way?
Oh, I can eat.
I know they're not very tasty, but it would help a lot.
I don't want rocks. But I'll eat, and Try will begin eating. And you'll notice he makes a sizable dent in all the small rocks.
And of course, like I'm on the side helping as well.
There's just some really, really massive fallen rocks in the way that are not clearing a path. You see some small light and a few cracks, but that's about it.
Given that information, because I know you said we are going to play the CR ratings a little differently for Wild Shape, would I be able to Wild Shape into something small enough to fit through the cracks?
You yourself might be able to. What are you going to wild shape into? You're
So we're keeping it at the fact that currently it's always something I've seen.
You have to go to the bestiary thing that Sprig posted.
Yep.
There's definitely some options.
Oh yeah.
So I'm scrolling up.
I mean, it can be a CR4 or lower, or quarter or lower, rather.
Okay. A small lizard.
That's in CR0, so definitely below a quarter.
I'd say as a small lizard, you're able to fit your way in through these cracks here.
Oh, well. First, I do think you might need to try to resummon the king. Or wake him, or whatever. And once you do, give me some kind of a signal, alright? As he's like scurrying through the hole, is what I'm saying. I'm saying that.
As he makes his way through the first patch of rubble there, he notices a giant crack in the floor above him, with some more light shining down from one of the upper floors, and another giant patch of rubble in his way.
Oh my goodness, okay, there we go.
So physically, I can't
How
fly.
about-
Flying is not something I can do right now.
Well, obviously.
Joe, if I may, what kind of...
Yes.
Do you have any sort of abilities that might be able to blast some rocks off?
Well, I do have one.
Now, if I may also ask, is it that one that tends to hurt others nearby? Like myself earlier.
Oh, well, there's that one and there's another one, but for this one, I will tell you all to back up. At least for
Alright.
the time being. I would say
And-
stand back a few, at least 15 feet away, or if you can.
Yeah, I will do. And Trim, I don't know if
And-
you could hear that in there, but if you're close, so be sure to be out of the way.
Would I have heard that?
Through the cracks in there? Yeah, you could have heard it.
Okay, well, if I heard that, then I'm probably gonna. Am I able to cast like a spell while in wild shape, like on myself, like one of my
No.
buff spells? Okay.
You can use your wild shape form and your wild shape form only.
Okay. Then I'm just moving out of the way from the rubble.
Right. And
I
with that,
Step out,
go ahead.
definitely. I step out over the 15 feet to make sure I'm quite clear out of the way.
Right. And with that, Joe is gonna cast Earth Tremor, which will be able to is a dexterity throw and knock back. And if the ground in that area is loose, earth and stone. Okay. Yeah, he'll cast Earth Tremor. Would I have to make an effect for that?
Nope.
Oh. Does the ground take damage?
It sure does. And as you cause Earth Tremor, above you you'll notice large and small rocks alike falling between you, closing up some of those slight holes that you saw, and effectively rendering Trimmer and your all's path from each other blocked.
Impressive how a tremor of Earth didn't even
Oops.
fall around.
So, huh. Well, this seems to be a sticky situation right now.
Is the area that I'm in big enough for me to be able to drop my wild chip and be able to still move around like as Trimmer?
Yes.
Okay. I dropped the wild shape and I'm how big would you say the hole is above me? You said that I seen there's light coming through. How big is that hole?
That's about 20 foot above you. You can recognize the first floor.
Is it something physically my character would be able to fit through?
Well, it's really large walls on the inside there. I mean, it's a straight climb. You're not going up
I mean, I
very
can
easily.
go up. I can go up. I just want to make sure I do go up if my character can fit through the area up there.
No.
Okay. Well then,
Well, we seem to be sort of a pickle.
So I was hoping that would do a lot more than it did.
wait. Ooh, I did. This is creative. This is a little creative because I had to read this to see if there's something I could do. Can I cast mending on the rubble and it fix the floor or whatever caved in?
No.
That's not mending work.
Unless I always thought it was it repairs a single break or tear in an object you touch.
Yeah, so go ahead and touch the rubble. Trying to cast mending. Go ahead.
Touch. Okay.
One little tiny piece of rubble flies back up to the top.
Guys, I moved a rock.
That's not even how.
Good job, Tremor.
And it falls back down.
Hits me right in the fucking head.
I heard that.
Ow.
Oh, it hit you. Oh. Are you alright?
It was a pebble. It's fine.
I mean...
He,
Oh, go ahead.
oh no, so he's out of his wild shape then.
Yeah.
So never mind.
Yeah, he did say he was going out of his wild shape.
I missed that.
I mean, anyone have any other options? I mean, I can use wild shape one more time before I'm out of those until the next short rest. I'm kind of just here now, and I'm stuck.
I
And I'm
mean...
coming back.
We need to find. We need to. Do any of
Is
this rebel seem like it could be moved?
Well, one thing is, nobody's asked Tremor what's ahead of him. He's just saying he needs to get back through. He hasn't told you anything about what's in front of him, so just keep that in mind.
I have.
Could I perchance use investigation to see around me if there's any rocks that look like they could possibly be part of the rubble?
You don't even have
That
to roll
may-
investigation. You do notice that there's
Oh.
tons of small fallen rubble that you could clear like you did before.
Hmm.
G, your companion
Genuine?
Try is sitting there, seeming pretty full. If you're looking at him, asking him to go on, he's definitely looking like he's spent his eating capacity.
I actually just pat the top of his top of the chest, and say, "You did good, Try. I know that was tough for you, because it's not your favorite food, but you did a good job."
Oh, thank you.
Now why don't you take a little rest here?
Oh, will do. There. And he'll begin to rest.
Unless you have any ideas.
He just starts to fall asleep in front of you guys.
Judah just shrugs.
Well, he's passed out. What do you suggest? Any
Well,
ideas?
I guess first, Tremor, what do you even see down there?
Well, in front of me, there's more rubble. Above me, I can see some light coming down from a floor above us.
Did we see any stairs on the way in?
We're
You would
pretty
have
far
clearly
down.
seen some stairs that looked like they were already cut off from being broken.
I believe so. We came in, but other than that, I'm not entirely sure.
Well,
Hmm.
does it seem like that space up there could get us past the rubble you see in front of you?
I don't know. Does it? I need to roll perception to see if I can see how big the room is above me.
I mean, you don't even need that. You can't necessarily get there by any conventional means, but you do notice that the floor is probably about 10 to 20 foot above you.
I honestly don't think there's a way of actually getting up there. Like, honestly, like the floor is probably a good 10, 15 feet above me.
And 15. All right.
So I mean, unless you guys can backtrack a little bit and see if there's, like, you can find some like other stairs to get to the floor above me, because I don't know.
Well,
We
we
might
also
just
kind
have
of
to do that.
yes. We also need to kind of get you either out or through.
Oh.
You know, Tremor, is there anything that you can turn into that's small enough to go through that crack, as well as something that can climb your rocks, the rubble here?
Small enough. Um,
Possibly. Maybe.
Possibly. I mean, the only things that
Out of character, there definitely is.
oh yeah, no, there definitely is. I see a few things I could probably go for. Just physically, like out of character, I can't swim or fly, so
DM quick tremor.
yeah, I was looking at that too. I was like, yeah, I could run that. I could probably go and I could probably turn into a small spider.
I actually was thinking about a spider. I was going to suggest that if you could.
Yeah, so I can do a spider.
Well, as much as I'm not a fan of that little creature, that is our best bet.
It's the only way of getting down there, so I would suggest so.
You mean up?
Up. Astrofix up.
I guess I can't correct in character because DM took it out of character. So I do think perhaps try that, see if you can find another way down through afterwards.
I shapeshift
And then-
into a spider.
Actually, you don't even need to come back, just reactivate the king, or whatever you call it, and then maybe come back and give some sort of signal, if you can.
Well, I just wild shape into a pretty small spider, and then I just start trying to make my way through, see where I end up.
You're able to get to the second floor. On the second floor, you almost notice that it seems like it's an armory. It's just full of swords, armor, enough to fuel multiple armies. There's a staircase that you might find along the right side, and it seems to be a staircase running down. It is also blocked by rubble.
Can I roll a perception to see if like anything like in the armory sticks out to me?
Sure, go ahead.
23.
You notice one particular set of armor that seems to be a golden laid set of steel armor that seems fit for a large battle-worn warrior. Anybody around the range of 6 to 7 feet. This set of armor would fit them really nicely. It's very decorative.
What like type of armor would you classify that as? Like heavy armor, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Okay. I make my way over to the staircase and notice it's blocked off. Do I see any cracks that I would be able to fit through?
Not a one.
Oh, damn. I'm just gonna can I roll just a normal perception to see if I notice anything else?
Go ahead.
8.
It just looks like the rest of what you've seen. A bunch of armor, a bunch of weapons. Not one particular, really ornate piece of armor.
At this point, I'm going to walk just towards the entrance and just kind of yell down the stairs and be like, Giona, I thought you were in a rush. What's taking so long?
Can we hear it him from that far in?
Very echoed and very muddled. But in a sense, yes. Not necessarily. You hear your own name, but not the rest of what he even said.
Bert,
Hmm.
it seems it's too far down. Would you mind going down there and asking what is taking them so long? They seem to be in such a rush.
Bert, make sure they okay.
Thank you, Bert.
Bert's gonna head down there.
Oh,
Bird
boy.
starts making his way towards them, and you will eventually meet them at where they're at.
Hey! I want to know if you guys are okay.
And we have a small problem is there, but and these, as you see, the path seems to be a bit blocked, and we're kind of struggling to move forward.
Oh. Bert no understand. Do we need to go get L?
But
Mm,
break rock, and I point to the wall of rocks.
Bert don't know you. Bert only listen to L right now.
We
But
need the
ask L to break rock.
Bert go ask.
Oh boy. This one's gonna be a tough one.
They want Bert to break rock.
He sure is loud.
Well, if you can break the rocks, Bert, you are allowed.
You
You may
come?
help them in whatever way you see fit. I will come, yes.
Okay, Bert go down there, break rock.
We make our way down. uh, I hear that you guys need Bert's strength and assistance.
Yes, that
It's
is
taken you
correct.
quite a while down here. I thought you guys would know how to get in such a rush. Weren't able to provide any information, but seems you've been okay with coming to this halt.
So when did coming to a halt make it okay? Just because you assume so. We're trying to get through. As you can see, Trema's not here with us, and he's been trying to find a way because we're stuck.
That is fair. You seem to be in such a hurry. I would have thought you
Yes, and
had
that's why
answers
I
and ways in.
would like him to break through now. If he
Well,
can, of course.
Bert, you are
And
welcome to
unfortunately,
try.
the king never did tell us how.
Bert will get through. Bert's gonna try to get through it. Through the shit.
Roll a
Bert's
strength
what?
check.
I actually cast guidance on him to help. Take my guidance. So add a d4.
So 16.
So as Bert's fists start pounding into the rubble around you, you'll notice that he's definitely breaking away at some of it. But everybody in the vicinity, I need you all to roll a dexterity saving throw.
All right.
If it's coming from the ceiling, I would have my shield up. Let's just put it that way. But
13.
not that
I thought
dex. I'm gonna have
I
a
got
bad
scared. I thought I
roll.
rolled a 1. I got a
4.
9. I got a 9.
I got a 4.
Ooh.
Bert,
Oh, do I have to roll? Oh, my bad.
Valerian,
I did.
Tremor,
I got a 13. Sorry. I thought I said
13,
it.
9, 4.
22.
22 for Bert. Oh my god.
Try following Chiuna. He only got a 9
Try
as
was
well.
sleeping.
Oh no.
Does Tremor have to roll?
No, Tremor does not have to
Okay.
roll.
Okay. Just curious.
Everybody
Yeah,
under
they're
a
all up.
12 there, you are getting pegged by falling rubble. And you're going to take
Yeah,
4
like I
points of
said,
damage.
I was holding my shield up.
You were holding your shield up above your head.
Yeah, that's why that's why I said that, because I was like, if anything's coming from the ceiling, I'm holding my shield up of.
Let me do a roll. You said you got a 4, correct?
Yep.
So even a small piece of rubble does bounce up and smack Giuna square on the forehead, taking 1 point of damage. Everybody else takes 4, being hit by big rubble.
You said that's under a 12, correct? Like 12 or lower?
Yes.
I'm good.
Oh, didn't that
One
get
of,
you?
one of those stones just somehow bounced up at me. That
Well,
felt
they
like
they felt
Well, certainly
pretty high.
got you.
Is everyone okay?
Bert, fine.
yeah. I mean, it was not too bad.
Not the worst thing I've dealt with, so I would say I'm doing pretty well.
So, you said Tremor has gone forward and tried to find a way
Well,
through,
now he's
and
gone up because the way forward was blocked. So he was trying to find a new way around.
well, I don't know if you guys are aware, but you're trying to go down, not up. If you knew this.
Yes, but if the way down is blocked, you need to go a different way to find the way down again.
That's understandable. So, while we wait for Tremor, would anyone care to inform me on why we're in such a rush? Seems
Oh
we
my,
have the
you're
time.
impatient, aren't you?
Yes.
But
Well, you see, like I said up there, I feel like you guys are rather shady, and it seems a tad dishonest, and I may have more information if also know more information. Simple trade.
a simple trade for not believing one that has already told you plenty.
I feel we're even
Why am
as
I
of
to trust
now.
you?
I brought you here, as you asked. I
You
So
would say
you
our previous trade went successfully.
yes. You
Tuna
need to
just
think.
stops talking.
Okay, well, on that note, I will provide you this one more piece of information, and then Bert and I shall go back up. We may take a quick trip back to the Grove, if you guys will be a while. But that one piece of information is your pal, the elf, Tremor was it? He's wasting his time. There is no way that you can go up higher to get lower, especially not in this tower.
Can't break
I
through
do
the floor, can you?
apologize. If you break through the floor, you're just going to wind back up on this floor.
Hmm.
Once again, Juna just closes his eyes and doesn't say anything.
And I separate and just ask Bert to follow me. And at this point,
Work
DM,
somewhere.
can Bert and I
How far
take
has
a...
Bert gotten through, though, is the question.
Yep, valid question. I'll let that get asked first.
I mean, he's made a sizable dent, but it doesn't seem like you've gotten anywhere.
Okay. And on that note, DM, can Bert and I take a little day trip back to the Grove to report to... Is it Usagi? Sorry, I can't remember the rabbit's name.
Absolutely.
Perfect. Bert, we're heading home for a little bit. You can eat more while we're there.
Yay,
Okay.
Bert hungry. Bert want food.
Seems he's not
Is,
even all the way through the path we need.
is that all he says? It's just, I'm Bert.
And
I'm
yeah,
talking to myself
we
right now.
will.
About
Go
that
ahead.
time, Trimmer then made his way back to the hole and spiderweb down.
Okay.
He drops his wild shape. So, far
Oh,
above us is an armory. That was a really pretty golden set of heavy armor up there. There's another stairwell that goes down, but it's also blocked. Couldn't really
all
fit through
right.
that.
All right.
I haven't made it simple to get us through. Is, is there
Hmm.
any other way down and around in here that we missed?
He's already looked up, unless there
Time
is
is
already a different way, but
To you all right now, it seems like all the information you have is that. There's nothing else.
there has to be another way somewhere.
There is one way, but I do think it'd be quite the waste.
And what way would that be, exactly?
Uh, I just whispered to Joe. Don't react, but it would be to blow Trimmer up.
Are you suggesting what? Wait. What do you mean explode?
He's essentially a bomb right now.
I, this isn't like because of the time I cast a thunder wave on him, right? I mean, that's not what you're suggesting, or is it actually a
No,
bomb?
not at all. I don't know if bomb is the correct word, but that's what I'm calling it for now. Alright, full transparency. And I've made sure the guys are gone before I'm saying anything.
Yeah, we're long gone. Kind of sped off.
And full transparency, we made a deal with Lyra because it was either that or all of us were done for.
Oh.
The king is supposed to be blown up by, and I just make a head motion towards Tremor, and he's quite willing to go along with this. I don't know if he has a plan of his own or what.
Huh.
Solid
So are
question.
you
Would I like hear any of this? Because like we're kind of like in a hole that's been blocked up by things. I'm pretty sure it'd be echoey in there.
I'm also whispering to Joe.
I just want to make this apparent. From the rubble that Bert had moved, there was enough cracks for you to get back to exactly where they were. That's where I assumed you dropped your wild shape at. So you've heard everything.
Yeah.
So he heard everything, even though it was a whisper.
Well,
I'm standing like I'm right in front of you.
you guys are in a small area here on the staircase, but I mean, maybe not everything. Maybe Tremor's been not paying attention to certain things, but if he's been paying any attention, he's definitely listening to you all.
For like for the sake of it, where you were whispering, I'm gonna say that most of it I wasn't paying attention for, but I kind of chime in whenever you say something about like me having a plan. I've got this potion that I plan on drinking. I don't know what it's gonna do, but that's my entire like hope as I pull out like my mystery potion.
right?
Well, I mean, that's worth a shot, I guess. Does anyone have any? We gotta get through this damn rubble.
Or
The
maybe
other legend was quite impatient and couldn't let that bird finish the job.
I mean, it's either this way or
One layer of
Also-
rubble is the one layer of rubble that you all are looking at right now. Does seem like it has been chipped quite away at.
Yeah.
But not enough for
But
you
the
guys to
second layer
safely
that
get through.
I mean, I could try casting Earth Tremor again, but I don't think it'll do much.
unfortunately that
Truly.
didn't do much.
Yeah.
Perhaps I know that other spells seem to push away a lot of objects when you used it. The one that kind of has ended up hurting both myself and Tremor, actually.
I mean, if you believe that could possibly work, I could try using it again, but this would require you both to step way farther back, or it'll end up hurting way more than it should.
Well, that's fair. How far back do we need to stand for that one?
About 16 feet, I would say, would be the safest bet. So it's farther than the other one.
All right, Tremor?
Yeah,
And I just motioned for him to
I follow because I'm not getting hit by that spell again.
make sure we
Alright.
go out like at least 20 feet.
Yeah, that would be the best shot when Joe uses this. And with that, Joe is going to cast Thunder Wave on the rebel to see if it will knock back or open something.
Okay. You're successful in casting that, but it doesn't. You blow open a couple more holes. I mean, now more than even a lizard could fit through. Could even get like a small dog would even fit through some of the holes that have been created from your openings, but there's still giant, jagged pieces of rubble blocking the main entrance. Around 3 extremely massive rocks.
Well, I moved most of the rubble, but we have these three now. And I don't particularly think any one of us have the strength to move that, unless Tremor, do you have an idea of what you can shapeshift to maybe move that, or?
I can't shapeshift anymore today until our next short rest. I'm not open.
Mm,
I can only do it twice per short rest.
well,
They seem you need a little nap.
Well, maybe, yeah. But if this is anything like the last time when I tried to move Rebel, I was a damn bear and couldn't even fucking move the damn Rebel. And it just didn't work.
he does have a point.
You know, what's up with God just sending us on these like random ass missions and then not helping us do any damn thing? Like, what? Like, you think she's just like listening, like watching in the shadows and like laughing at us right now?
I mean,
I think it's more
that's
that
always a
she doesn't.
possibility.
I think it's more she doesn't have a true way to know that this was this way.
In the meantime, it's been enough time. Bert and Larian have made their way back to the grove. They're coming up upon Usagi.
Madam Osagi, hello.
Yes, hello.
We wanted to take a little trip back.
Bert,
Bert
don't
needed
leave.
a snack. Yeah, Bert, he really just needed the snack. But
Oh, there's always
uh,
food for you, Bert. Go ahead.
Thank you. Oh, good.
those adventurers you had told us about, ma'am, they haven't seemed to have done anything about Lyra, and they're very focused on entering the king's tomb again. I took them to the main entrance, and it's very covered by rubble. And, well, I allowed Bert to attempt to help them to clear, but I knew that there was no chance. It was very, very deep. Um, do I take them to the secret entrance or no?
No, I mean they have the deed to the king. They wouldn't. You all trust them, right? They came
If
here
I'm
and they
honest,
seemed
ma'am,
well enough
I,
to
I
me.
don't I don't trust them if I'm honest, ma'am. They're rather secretive and refuse to give up very much information. They just they say they want to ask the king questions, which could be honest, but they won't provide any further information. I've offered that if they do provide me more information, that I would provide them with information as well, such as the entrance to the secret entrance, and they continue to be secretive.
See. Hmm.
So I came and sought your guidance because I didn't know what to do with this one.
I'm at the point of no return, where my only hope is that they are on our side.
So you're saying we do guide them then, ma'am?
I would, if I wasn't here,
If
I would blindly guide them, most likely. But you seem to have your own judgment, and you know that the grove is the most important thing. Ensvine can fall before the grove.
they did say that the king, he was overtaken with darkness, and that he would destroy the grove in the long run, the grand scheme of everything. And that's part of why I came here, because, well, I know how important the grove is to not only you but myself and Bert, and I just I didn't want to see it fall, so I do feel I must show them the way.
We need
But and
peace here,
if you say you
remember.
trust them, I'll take your word for it. I needed to discuss and see, as I said, seek your guidance.
I believed in them when they came around, especially that red-haired fellow, G- Giuna.
Yes, June
An
is correct. We
aspiring
met
god.
them.
He seemed very forthwith.
He's an aspiring god. That that makes sense for the arrogance. He was a bit stuck up and slightly rude, but it does make sense now if he believes he's a god. Did he do anything noteworthy?
Oh, he had very kind words, very well spoken. I could see where he would gain a following.
Okay, well, if you insist, ma'am, then I'll take your word for it, and I will guide them to the secret entrance.
Meanwhile, Juna has just been a prick to those two.
I can't say that I fully agree. He is very well spoken, that is true. But I don't know about the kind words. He's, as I said, rather arrogant, and I don't know. He's
I
definitely
haven't
not
seen
like
that
Bert, if
arrogance,
I was to say the least.
but I will say I trust in you and Bert. If you all need to handle things the way Bert, as she peers over at Bert eating his rations, the way Bert handles things, well, then you can handle them that way. But just remember, we all serve the grove first and foremost. That's where our
First.
hearts lay.
Oh, Bert show what?
Just checking something real quick here, sorry.
You're good.
Okay. Yeah, and kind of as she's still talking, we see Alarian's eyes kind of gloss over as he turns to Bert. And yeah, Bert hears slight thoughts inside his head. And I just say, well, come on then, Bert.
Bert, come.
And we'll make our way back to that exact tower.
Remember, if there is a way to save everything with no violence, please do so.
Of course, madam, we will try. Thank you. And I kind of just bow my head respectfully to her.
On your way,
Oh, yeah.
Larry and Bert. Thank you for your service.
We'll make our way right back, heading through this passage specifically.
Now, for context, it took like it was a. Well, how much of a trip was that for them to go there and then now come back and coming back as well, like time wise?
Down and up the staircase is only about 3 minutes.
No, I mean like the entire from them leaving, going to the Grove, and now coming back from the Grove.
I mean, around 30 or so minutes, but you guys had already been in that based off of your dialogue. So, what are you looking to do?
It only takes 30 minutes to go all the way to the Grove. Dang, that's really close.
The druids do have a faster route, just so you know.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry. Womp womp.
Well, I was more because somebody said the day journey, so I'm like, oh, it takes that long.
It takes some longer. We've been here for a day. Right.
So anyways, I think by now, I looked at Trimmer and I'm like, so Trimmer, do you feel any worse than what you did before?
Still fucking warm. It's hot out here. It's just hot. I feel hot.
And Juna kind of finally starts calming down a bit. It's like, well, I suppose. And I start thinking about it. I'm like, I do realize something, so I guess we are not on a time crunch. I apologize for the rushing.
You were completely fine. For now. Maybe
You know, quite the shock, that one of us has a bomb on him.
Well, he hasn't blown up yet, so
Bombs? I can eat a bomb.
what?
I don't think you could eat this one though, Ty. It is quite the. It's a very magical properties. I'm not even sure if I can pull it back out.
Is it on meat?
And I kind of like, make an attempt to see if I can. Like, pull it back out. And I kind of like make an attempt to see if I can.
And you're not able to
temporarily
reproduce that
remove it.
magic.
Like, well, there goes that. I think the only thing I can do now is detonate.
If you're gonna
But I'm not ready
detonate,
for that. I'll let you. Make sure you drink your potion first because I think that's our only hope.
it's either that or I just go fucking kaboom, and then we're all just like, well,
Well, that's always an option.
you know,
But
what if
hope it.
what if me going kaboom does absolutely nothing?
Well-
Well,
That would be on Lyra's part.
DM,
I mean,
question.
that is true.
With how loud Tremor was just talking about going kaboom, would we have heard it from where we are with how dead the town is?
Keep in mind, we are also still inside.
Oh, are
Or at
you?
least I know-
My bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, no worries.
I was going to say no, but you might have heard
Yeah,
the mumbled whisperings of people. You could hear the mumbled whisperings, but nothing tangible.
fair enough.
Well, I think we need to maybe take a little sit, relax here for a bit, think about it. I think we have a lot more time than I realized, thanks to what I
The
was
time's
told.
benefit.
Yes, and it seems like nothing's happened.
No. And
Supernatural.
hopefully we wouldn't have to result him into a booming, hopefully, or however you say that term. I don't know these terms, they're weird, but hopefully that isn't an option. It'll be like a last resort, if anything.
Perhaps.
We are on our next break of the night. Buddy, we are back from break, and how is everybody feeling?
Oh, just traveling and making our way back, Bert and I. I believe we finally have made it back into town here and are just on the outside of the tower that they were all down at the bottom of. So I'm feeling pretty tired, if I'm honest. It's been a lot of walking today.
As you're getting back, you'll notice that the sun is fully going down at this point. It's basically nighttime out around you.
Um, well, Bert, would would you like to rest out here until the other group decides they come out?
Or will lay down and go bleh.
I'm gonna kind of toss out my bedroll next to this statue and just lay down, get comfy. Not necessarily sleeping yet. Just kind of relaxing for now.
You never sleep. Oh, damn.
Oh, well, yeah, fair enough. But not entering my trance is more what I meant. My bad though.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah, and then we can leave it to the other three there, and Tree, of course. Try.
I forgot Try was down here. Well, now we have those three. We currently have used pretty much all of our ideas, except for the one, but that's the last option at this point. And quite frankly, I don't want to use that last option, hopefully, but any more suggestions from you two? Even Ty?
Well, at the moment, unfortunately, no.
Did
I
we ever
think-
go to the mansion?
Yes, we did. Not on the way back, of course, but
Are you suggesting we go back to the mansion, Chairman?
I mean, not fully. I'm just trying to think. And this is like even outside of character. I'm trying to think because I don't remember what the fuck was in the mansion. I don't remember going to the mansion, but maybe there'd been something at the mansion that could have fucking helped, but I don't think so. I mean, because now that we talked about that, I remember us going there was no second floor when we went. So, what if we use the unbreakable umbrella?
to do what exactly?
Well, if it's unbreakable, then it's on the same like level as the damn immovable rod. Just use it to fucking pry shit out of the damn way.
It's unbreakable, not unmovable, so that wouldn't quite work. It would still slip around.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm running out of ideas.
I think that heat's getting to you, and I just no chuckle a little bit.
Oh,
Maybe.
well, at this point, we can either try something else down here or go back up and figure out another way.
Well, I
For
dare
now, I
say
think we just go back up.
we've been here quite a while. It's pretty late. Did you guys do anything that might be a little cozy to rest on for a little bit?
I saw a bale of hay up there that wouldn't be terrible to lay on.
Up there?
Yeah, like outside, like not like in here, like we're on the staircase,
Oh,
but like
outside.
outside.
Oh,
Well, I guess we could go back out there. Hopefully find like maybe some secret entrance or something out there maybe tomorrow. Or well, at least
we can at least
no,
recuperate
it
and
will be
think
tomorrow.
about. Yeah.
So I guess let's head up and reconvene. And I know I'm no longer worried about time.
At least we know for
Which
sure that he'll be fine.
I probably should apologize to those two, but we'll see. I don't even know if I'm gonna see him again as I'm saying this as we're heading back out.
Yeah.
And
Well,
yeah,
I was just about
never
to say
mind, we
maybe they
definitely
didn't.
will. As I just kind of as I'm walking right towards where they're laying, point them out.
Well, it looks like they're way passed out. Maybe we should get some rest as well.
I'm not sleeping. I'm still awake. Thank you very much.
Yeah, he is still awake. And
So, how was your time down there?
unfortunately, it was quite unfruitful.
Oh,
But luckily, I do realize I'm not quite as much of a time crunch as I initially thought. So, allow me to make a quick apology.
well, I appreciate it. I don't suppose you'd like to give any more information yet, would you?
Well, do we have a little fire we can light? This might be a long story.
I actually do. Do you guys have anything that could be used as tinder by chance? Something
there's
to keep a fire
there's a
going?
bale of hay over there.
Well, why don't we wheel that over kind of into the middle of the court here?
I can do that for you.
Sorry,
Thank you.
Trimmer, we're gonna have to use your bed.
Joe just like moves the hay closer to where the statue is, where everyone is at.
It's a great hay bale. You'll notice that. I will say, everybody make a perception check.
Perception. All right. 13.
Dirty 20.
18.
Ooh.
Everybody above a 12. you'll notice that as you grow closer to the tower itself, that the ground itself begins to deteriorate more. The further away you get from the tower, it seems like everything is pristine. And that bale of hail that you're rolling out with that wheelbarrow is in perfect condition.
Well, perfect. Then I suppose we just come down here and we'll have our fire here. And I'm just gonna kind of kick Bert a little, like lightly, not enough to do any damage, ideally. And just Bert, Bert,
Huh? Huh? Huh?
come on,
Bird away, bird
we're
here.
just moving a little more into the courtyard. If you want to get comfy and go back to bed over there, you can sleep here if you must. But I figured I'd at least let you know. We're
Bird,
having a fire.
bird, bird come with you.
I'm assuming Hay Bale is like here, and I'm just going
Yeah.
to cast Produce Flame on the hay bale. Like cast it into my hand type thing, and just touch the hay bale with the fire that's in my hand.
You're able to light it.
Well, uh, if you would like to begin, I am all ears.
Well, first, Trimmer, why don't you come a little bit closer? Because
Oh,
obviously you're a big part of this too.
don't forget your chest friend, Ty or Tree or Try or what was his name again?
He goes by Tie, Tree, Try,
Oh,
any one of those.
I was right. Did you say Tree? Did I hear you correctly?
Yes, you did.
Oh, how unfortunate. That reminds me of a friend that we lost a few years ago. It was due to Lyra. Her minions took him, and we haven't seen him ever again since.
Yes, she is quite a brutal being.
Yeah.
Lyra
Sorry.
is the god of the land. Lyra wins. Lyra rules. All you. Lyra, I'll try to Lyra.
Well, yes.
Try.
Anyways, I'm sorry
Hush
about my
now. It's all right.
nostalgia trip. Like I said, all ears though.
So, we did, in fact. Well, let me ask you this first before I make the full story. The rabbit druid there, did she tell you how many of us there originally were?
No, she had just said that there was a group of seemingly very kind adventurers, and they were here to help take down Lyra. And I met you three, and I assumed that was all.
Well, as I did somewhat mention before, there was originally 5 of us.
And what happened to the others? I know you said something about the king's doing and Lyra's doing, but what exactly happened?
Full transparency, the king is the one that clearly sent us there. And the
Yes,
Grove was doing the job, of course. There's no blame there.
well, I'm glad to hear that. The Grove has been my home since I was very young. They took me in from the streets.
Ah, I see. Well, through roundabout means, going through, looking, searching, we did find Lyra. And quite swiftly, she rather took down both of my companions.
Just for fun, I know Lyra tends to be a bit mischievous. Was she just playing a game with them?
It was a mix of play as well as they threatened her. I wouldn't call it
It's like
self-defense, seeing as though she could have easily handled it either way.
understandable. Yes, Lyra is a rather violent one. personally, I haven't bothered trying to challenge her myself. I'm not there yet.
Yes, and neither would we all have been combined together. Even with you two, if I'd met you before, there would have been no way.
Hmm.
And so, there was a deal.
And what does this deal entail?
The deal entails, weirdly enough, doing away with the king,
The
which ironically,
king, he's already technically done away with, though, correct? I mean, the whole town, it's seemingly barren. Again, you must forgive me. I've been away for a few years.
well, he does. His spirit seems to reside down in the, I guess you'd call it a tomb.
Yes, that's what this entrance was supposed to be. It was originally the entrance to the king's tomb, for when he eventually passed. There's many other tombs down there, and the rest of the royal family had been buried there as well, like his ancestors.
Yeah, and I dare say the king is quite literally. King might be working with her, sending people to their deaths by sending them to Lyra, heavily unprepared.
Hmm. It's funny you
But it
say
also
that.
seems Lyra's quite done with this arrangement, if that is the
Earlier,
case.
when I had mentioned that I wasn't exactly sure how I felt about the king, he always gave a very greedy impression, to say the least. He was very about his money, and though he wanted to see his kingdom succeed, it wasn't always too apparent that he wanted to see his subjects and civilians succeed as well.
Well, might I tell you, I mean, his obtaining of the kingdom in its first place seems to have come from Lyra herself.
Oh, really? I was very unaware of this.
Yeah, so. And the king feels he was betrayed by Lyra, but it seems more that perhaps he didn't hold up some part of his bargain perchance.
Hmm. And I don't mean to compare the king to a deity. He was never quite that strong. A great warrior, a very wise general, if you will, but uh, albeit not so kind. But if you guys couldn't defeat Lyra, well, how do you plan on defeating the king? Again, not to say he's the strongest or as strong as a deity, god, if you will, but Ly- he he has passed,
So,
which leads me to believe he's a ghost. So,
my friend there, and I use my head to point to Tremor behind, that's like to the side and a little bit behind.
mhm.
He willingly took on what I can only call a bomb created by Lyra herself. And she wanted me to detonate down there.
Will this affect the grove in any way?
It will not affect the grove directly, but I believe if you all either go neutral or perhaps listen to Lyra, not necessarily come under her command, you could all, I know this might sound crazy, come under mine. That's another story for another time there. Then the grove should be safe, and I will ensure it because I got to say, I quite like the grove.
Well, yeah, I'll just save you that long story bit. We returned to the grove for a brief moment just to consult with Osagi. I believe you guys have met, and she did
Is that the
inform me.
rabbit there?
Yes, correct. That
Yeah,
she's
then
our
we did.
elder. And yes, she had informed us that you are an aspiring god, which, as I stated to her, does explain the slight arrogance. Not to be
Yes,
rude, I myself carry a certain level of pride. I understand how it can come across. Um, yes, but You'll have to allow me to think on this just a little. But I do know of another entrance, and I would like the night to sleep on it if you don't mind. But depending on how I feel in the morning, I do truly appreciate your honesty, and as I stated earlier, and I'm a man of my word, as you'll come to learn, I'm sure. Uh, I do owe you at least some information. So, yes,
And I
if
must
you would
say,
just give me till
once
morning.
again, that is fine. And I do apologize. I did not intentionally mislead earlier. I was afraid. I had little understanding at the moment of our predicament and thought we were supposed to be in quite the hurry. But I do believe we
Okay,
have plenty of time.
I understand. As I said,
Hopefully so.
Lyra always seems to be up to her mischief, and I'm sure she didn't exactly give you the most clear of instructions. And then I'm just gonna kind of look past Giuna for a minute, and just to Tremor specifically. Tremor, you're very brave. I can't say I would take on becoming a living bomb, but you must feel that this is a very necessary deed if you're willing to take your own life for it.
And luckily, he does believe that he found this potion. He believed that could be the key to him not losing his life as whatever happens, happens.
All right, well, should we all try to get some rest then for tonight?
Yes, indeed. That's actually originally what I was coming up here for.
We were just on our way as well. As you could tell, Bert was snoring pretty loudly when you guys arrived back up here.
And he seems to be doing that
Oh.
again already. Falls asleep quite quick.
Maybe it's
And
oh my goodness.
Everybody's
I'm gonna
going to
kind of
take
just,
a long rest, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
yeah,
Everybody
myself only
taking a
taking
long
4
rest,
hours.
please make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, sure. 24.
A 9.
18.
25. Just out of curiosity, is there anything
Tremor,
that would be a charm? Give me the charm condition.
what did you get? Currently, no.
Okay, because I had to ask because if it would have been a charm condition, it would have given me advantage.
Yeah. Tremor, what was your
Tremor muted, not realizing.
wisdom save? Hello, buddy? I think he might be.
Because he did give the
He rolled
wisdom
an
save.
8.
Yeah.
He rolled an 8.
So, everybody below a 12, you guys are going to have nightmares of a figure, a shadowy figure, flying about near you, whispering to you. Do you think that they're going to help? Do you want them to help you? They won't help you. You have to help them help you. Don't be like them, but be like you. Just confusing, babbling riddles as she flies around your mind. And those who recognize Lyra, I think, Trimmer, you're the only one to fail that recognizes this. You see her flying towards you and not really being menacing. It's not like you think that she's going to kill you. You just feel like you're going to die. Joe, Trimmer, both of you. You feel like you are on the verge of death through your sleep, but still gain the benefit of a long rest. And I'll leave it up to you as you're coming back into your awakening.
So,
Well,
just so you know, DM, Tremor had said they just have something going on IRL they can hear but can't unmute right now.
Gotcha.
Well, kind of waking from my trance and just opening my eyes, realizing the fire has burnt out overnight. Well, sorry guys, I'll wake Bert. Bert, get up.
And I will say,
Oh, Bert,
one second.
Bert up.
It's morning.
I need to adjust this.
Mm,
Joe is like
Bert.
twisting and turning in his sleep, not fully
Bert
awake.
hungry.
Giuna, was it? Is that normal for Joe?
No, it
They look
definitely
like
is
they're
not.
You may want to wake them as well. Seems to be having a bit of a nightmare.
One second.
He's like mumbling in his sleep.
Mumbling.
So I have also swapped into my winter my winter season, which now, like, instead of my dark red hair that I had from the summer, it's now a frosty white, and like dead branches, or not dead branches, but leafless branches going through the hair in the braids.
Oh,
Hmm.
Giuna, that's a much better look on you. I see you've realized the superiority of the winter and the cold.
Well, I think I might have mentioned it before that I go be among all, depending on, well, various things.
That's
Whether I want to be a
understandable.
more calming look, a frightening look,
The
a charming
adaptability
look.
has always been a very lovely trait of our race. I don't know. I've never been one for the other seasons. This one's always helped me the most and come in very handy for me.
I can understand that.
Well, after a long night's rest, I have decided that I will take you to the secret entrance, and hopefully that will be a bit more help than this previous entrance. I do, as I said last night, truly appreciate the kindness and the information. The Grove, unfortunately, well, fortunately for me, I guess, but unfortunate for the king, really has no real ties to him. We protected in turn for protection, and as you can see, there's really no one left here to protect us, and my home has kind of been torn apart. Not many of us left, so my loyalty lies to the Grove and only the Grove. I don't know if
I
I can
really,
trust Lyra, but we'll see.
I mean, quite frankly, even though she may be able to help me in my pursuit of becoming a more powerful being, I still don't trust her. I just did everything I could to protect myself and protect those I liked. Unfortunately, I couldn't even protect all of them. As I kind of reach into my bag, the bag of holding, and pull out the umbrella. Like, I was going to show you something else, but I think that would have been quite bad timing.
Well, is that umbrella significant in any way? It just looks like a regular old umbrella to me. Not to be rude.
I understand that, but this is going to be my new holy symbol.
Hmm.
And, I think the best way to explain why it might be special, first off, it was one of my first true followers.
Hmm.
Okay,
I
to be
see.
fair, he just quote unquote became one, and I thought it would be nice to honor his memory in quite a way. Anyways, for the other significance of it, why don't you see if Bert can try to break this thing?
Of course. And I'll take it from, like, gently from Giuna's hands. Um, Bert, he
Yeah.
says, I mean, I hope you can't. I know you're strong and all, but he says that this cannot be broken. Uh, you're the strongest I've ever met. Would you like to try?
Bert snap bro umbrella. Bert snap umbrella. Bert snap umbrella.
Roll a strength check.
14.
You actually hurt. What? Tell me how you're trying to snap the umbrella.
Just like snapping a twig or a stick.
No, you're not
Like
bending
strong
the
arming
umbrella
it.
at all.
Oh,
Bert!
uh, okay, Bert. That's enough. Don't hurt yourself.
Yes, take it easy there, May. But
Well, that is rather impressive. It's definitely not just an ordinary umbrella. And I'll hand it back to Giuna, knowing it's got importance to him, and we don't really need it. Well, oh, good morning, Joe.
I
Or
she's not here, is she? I
who's not here?
I
there's
I
nobody
I
here.
can't I feel like I can't breathe. Oh my goodness.
Take
Oh
it
my
easy.
goodness.
Take it easy, Joe. You're fine. Everything's fine. It's just us.
Joe's
Yeah.
hands is just going down his face, his entire shoulders and hands, just making sure he's there. I'm fine. I'm fine. I think I think I think I had a visit from her, and I think I had a visit in her in my dreams. I don't even want to call it a dream. It felt like more of a nightmare to me. She said something about me dying, and it felt like just my body was being torn. I Joe is having problems breathing as he's describing what he saw in his nightmare.
Was she out to kill you? I assume you mean Lyra, correct?
Yes. It was her. She said, I can't fully remember, and quite frankly, it shook me, but it felt like I was physically, I could feel myself dying in my own dream. It felt too real for comfort. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't feel quite comfortable around here right now, but I just don't know. I don't know.
Well, we can get on the move. I did just inform Giuna that I would show you guys the secret entrance to the King's Tomb.
Okay.
Would that make you feel at least a bit better?
Yes, I just right now I don't feel the utmost comfortable being around here, especially after
course.
that.
And DM, is the secret passage still where I know it to be?
I believe so. If you
Perfect. All right, well, follow me.
So bad. It was so bad.
I'm sorry that you're feeling that way, Joe. You seem rather
Oh.
kind.
I
Everything
want-
be okay, little tiny Bert. Pats him on the head again.
If you want, I could have Bert try to carry you again.
Bert carry you. Bert will carry you.
I appreciate it, but I don't know if that's if that's the case.
Why you no want Bert carry?
I trust me. I just met you. It's one of those things. I just met you, and I you're very
Bert
tall.
no understand. Bert go away.
Oh, down this way.
Oh, I tried to talk to him. I tried.
And just
You-
continuously making our
Oh.
way down the street here until we reach both the statue and this torn apart green roof building here. Well, that's the building. I know yesterday I had said I wouldn't go any further. Do you three need assistance in this?
I dare say yes, we probably do.
Would it be okay if we stay out until we get a sign that your friend Tremor won't blow up immediately.
Well, to be fair, I had misunderstood this power, and I know for a fact it cannot instantly blow.
Okay, then we will aid you, and all I ask in return on this one, I know you and I seem to have a very good trade partnership at this point, if you will. I just ask for a solid warning so that I can get myself and Bert out. What you guys do from
Yes.
there is entirely up to you.
Well, I think to be fair, we're all probably going to have to leave before anything happens.
Of course. Well,
Well, this is a little awkward.
uh, those those
It's been a while
those are
since
what
I've seen
stole
these.
those stole tree from us. Those monsters.
As you guys are walking up to this dilapidated, what seems to be a building of worship, a couple of dryads come out, licking their tongues, or licking their lips, and don't seem to really recognize you all. Don't pay any attention to you. They're just making their way about the front of the entrance and seem to be screeching at each other in a tongue that nobody here recognizes.
Knowing
They
that those are
hurt
the
trees.
things.
Me hurt them.
Yeah, eyes are gonna light up, and I'm just gonna say, like, telepathically say something to Bert again, and
I'm
away he
attacking the
goes.
one that's right in front of me. Well, actually, more like this. He's just going to go for a full fist on it, hitting it unarmed strike.
Unarmed strike. Okay, go ahead.
Yep.
You say those are the things that took your friend from
not
all
one.
ages back.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay. So Bert misses entirely and then falls over prone on the ground in front of the creature.
Bert's already gonna die.
Bert, are you okay?
Bert hurt himself. Bert still tired.
Understandable. I should have went ahead of you. I apologize.
No, these are the same things we saw down below, correct, Vault? DM?
Correct.
Okay.
And would that be initiative, or do they still not notice the rest of us?
Yeah, we are going into initiative, so feel free to
Yeah.
roll on that.
Oof, dirty 20.
Oh, wow.
And then fix your G on a tremor. You can still put your own one in, right?
I don't see me in the turn order yet.
Okay. Just add you guys. Delete the originals.
And Tremor rolled a...
Just waiting on tremor.
23.
So Bert falls on the ground. Bert, you're technically prone at the moment. And Tremor, it's on you. What you doing?
Oof. He still can't talk.
So that might be hard. It is 9:30 basically though, DM. Do we want to, before we start this combat, maybe take the last break?
Okay.
Give
Yeah, we
him
can
some
do
time
that.
to recoup? Perfect.
Maybe get that person out of his room.
I'll be back.
Lego, you ready?
No.
My entire water
Yeah.
went up my nose.
We
Alright.
are back. We have just entered turn order against two of these creatures that have sprung up and attacked the party. Tremor, it is your turn.
Silently, I just look at one of the creatures and then I throw a spear at it.
Which
Preferably
creature?
that one. Preferably that one.
Okay. Roll to hit.
14.
Bert, does a 14 hit you?
I thought Bert was laying down. He's prone.
14 does not hit me.
Okay. You barely miss this creature and Bert with it falling behind Bert's head.
Sorry,
That
Bert.
one we used to have is gone.
Mhm.
Yes.
Do you
Bert's rather
want Bert
large.
to use this?
Bert, pick it up and stab him with it. It'll be funny.
And
Hilarious.
on that note,
It is your turn.
yep. Yes. Bert's rather large. You must be careful. Even when he's laying down, he's rather thick, and these creatures are quite small. So be careful next time, please. I don't need Bert getting hurt.
That'd be
And
unfortunate,
then
period.
Hand's going to light up in kind of that blue frost that we saw when I froze the ground, and I'm going to cast Frostbite towards. Actually, hold on. Let me see where I'm standing. I was in my character sheet. My bad. I'm going to move over here first, underneath this roof, ideally, and cast Frostbite towards the one that I'm lined up to right now. So it needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
That's a 5.
It fails, and it will take 1d8 or 1d6, sorry, cold damage. So it takes 5 damage, and it has disadvantage on the next weapon attack roll it makes before the end of its next turn.
You
Which I
will
don't
notice
think
this
matters.
one seems a lot older and feebler than most that you've come across. And as it does that, it tries to start moving towards you and just falls dead.
Well, that was easier than I remember.
That took very little effort. That's
It's been a
impressive.
few years since I fought one of these. Must have gotten stronger.
Gina,
I'll look at the other one. Well, better get rid of this quick. And I will. Oh, wait, where's my. One sec.
I'm
That's
sorry.
fine, I didn't go. I had to find my note, sorry.
Okay.
And I look at it and say, "Let me guide you to the grave," as I cast a guiding bolt at it. Does an 18 hit it?
Yep.
That is 8 damage.
This one also
Of
sort of
radiant damage.
tries to move
2%.
forward as it seems like it's imbued by a certain light source and just crumples over right next to his companion,
Oh,
almost curling
that
up
was
like
pretty.
a spider.
Well done, Giuna.
It seems we have quite the ease for these things, or the ease of defeating these things.
Is that
Oh,
out of turn order now, DM?
Yes.
Okay. Bert, you okay?
Bert, fine.
Okay, I'm glad.
Once
That
I'm actually
seemed
kind
like
of
a handful.
Bert's still laying on the ground. Bert fine.
Bert stands up. He grabs a spear.
Oh,
Uh,
well, that was quick. He's already back up. I mean,
Uh, you want this back?
Bert keep.
Bert, keep then.
Sorry, I didn't mean to predict it that well. Uh,
Berkey.
well, as I said, right inside this old church here is the secret passage to the king's tomb. There should be some stairs near the back. You walk in, we head down them, and it should lead right into where the king is resting, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a
Alright.
while, though, so we'll
All right.
see as we go down together.
See
Joe, would you
Trimmer's
mind
back.
leading the way?
Trimmer, do you want to combat that Bert keeping your spear at all, or just
I'll lead
losing
the
that
way.
one?
Hey, Bert, bud. I didn't mean to throw the spear at you. I thought I could like throw it over you. And I know I
Bert,
didn't.
keep.
Can I has my spear back, please?
But
I mean, okay,
Okay.
if you really want it, you can have it. Okay, I can't really
Bert,
use it
keep.
very well.
Bert, keep. Bert, keep.
There you go. You can have. Now you got a spear. I got a second one. It's fine.
You got a new toy there, Bert.
Bert got stabbed for spear.
Yes, and as I said, I believe we just
It
head in
pokey.
here and should take us right down.
Oh,
Nope. Why?
Watching this on the
Highlight.
stream is amazing.
Joe, Aaron, Giona.
Joe.
Aaron anymore. Don't bring up my trauma.
Valerian.
Valerian Perrin. I mean, it's kind of similar.
It is, but
Then
still
I have
hurts.
to go back down to chest. I'm gonna have to get a custom sprite for Ty at this point.
Yeah, we love Ty.
Hi, the best chest ever.
If only he could function as one.
He certainly likes eating toes, that's for sure. I will not forgive Perrin or Durlach for doing that, by the way.
Giona technically has other
Yeah.
followers, but it's this campaign's only follower of Giona at the moment.
Only visual
Yeah.
follower. Yeah.
Tremor's debatably one.
Yeah, fair.
Well, as promised, here's the tomb. I must admit, though, I was never told how to let the king out. So if you must do something for that, then I will leave you be.
Yes, and
this-
perhaps we should. No, go ahead, Joe.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
I was actually going to ask the DM a question.
Oh,
Well, I'm like, hopefully he's not going to make us just redo the whole thing audibly, because that would just.
I also
feel
was
like,
thinking that.
Hopefully not.
like I'd assume out of all the times we've done it or tried to do it, we would have known the patterns. So I would say then, like, we refollow all the patterns. How much gold total was it?
It
Eight,
was
right?
one.
No, 6.
Yeah. you can retrace those patterns and use the sixth one.
And I do remember the god actually fell in here, which I recollect.
I don't believe I ever entered this room. Seems quite nice.
It is
But
quite a nice room. No,
I
at
don't.
least it was.
You
And
want
it
to know
does.
something?
Yes, what would that be?
You know what I don't noticed? You remember how Perrin and Durlex said that they fought those skeletons?
Yes, I did remember that. I will never
Yeah.
be able to call him out on it.
First, that damn furry and fairy. Added one more thing to the list to get mad about, but no, they just had to die.
Well, it's quite unfortunate.
I believe the pattern started over with this one, if I remember correctly. If not, it would be the one
Bird
that
go
you're in
blow
fear.
horn. Bird blow horn.
Oh no.
Oh, careful, bird, it's gonna shake.
Bird blows the horn as hard as he can.
So you guys,
I immediately, as soon as I heard bird going to do it, I just put my shield up over my head.
do feel rubble falling down around everyone. Everyone
Oh.
besides Giuna make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, please be good.
15.
Why did I have to say something? I got a 4.
I got a nat
Joe.
20 for a 23.
Joe, you're taking 2 points of damage. Trimmer, you're safe.
Damn it. Ow. Ow.
What about
Everything
Alarian?
hurts so
Also.
much.
What's that nat 1 get me, DM?
Oof.
A large boulder falls on top of Alarian. And Alarian, you take 5 points of damage, and you're stuck underneath the boulder.
Oh, Bert. You just buried your friend there by blowing that horn. Let's hurry up and get him out.
Sorry, what's going on?
I'm crushed by a boulder and screaming for Bert's help. Bert!
Okay. Bert runs over and tries to lift it up off him.
Roll a strength check.
I'm casting guidance on him.
18.
Plus
Oh,
4 of that.
wait. Yeah.
Plus a d4 there.
21.
You're able to roll the boulder off of him.
Okay, Bert, maybe don't touch that horn anymore. That was a bad idea. Oh. Everyone else okay? Seems I took the worst of that.
After blowing the horn, though, you do notice all of the eyes around you glowing green go out and start glowing green again.
That was strange.
That is quite strange. Joe Tremor, do you mind going through that ritual once more?
I believe so, sure. Dropping the coin, or?
Yes, well, I'll collect them after.
Well, I believe we started with this one. I
I
believe
think
so.
DM did say we did remember it, so.
So you do go in
Yeah.
dropping the coins as you had before. You don't get attacked by anything, but nothing happens, and all the coins drop in front of Giuna,
I collect them.
which is
So the
6 gold
pattern
pieces
changed,
there.
apparently.
Joe, did you supply all that, or was that you and Trimmer?
It was It was like a mixture between me and Tremor.
So
Remember
3
that.
from both of you all then.
Yes. So I'll drop this one into here then.
Well, I mean, I don't think it's the gold at this point. I mean, isn't that like
Apparently not.
weren't we supposed to set something on fire? Like, wasn't that like weren't we supposed to be like lighting like these
We
things
had to
up?
light the center on fire, yes.
Well, I can cast flames if need be. What would you like lit?
All those pots there.
These have to be lit.
And as they point me towards the correct ones, I produce flame just into my hand, and I touch it gently.
You'll notice the flames igniting as you do so.
Well, I've lit them all. Are you sure that's what was needed to be done?
Hmm.
Does anything happen after that?
Nothing yet.
This damn king and
Oh.
his damn fucking mystery fucking bullshit.
I will agree with Tremor. This is quite annoying. This is quite annoying. Having to do puzzles just to get an answer. But
Bippity boppity boo, get out, you stupid foo. Excuse me.
Wakey, wakey.
wakey wakey, eggs and bakey. But I mean, because there's 1, 2, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
They're all lit though, by the way. Nothing is going out. All the flames are lit if you lit them in the correct order, based off of where you would drop the coins, as you guys said.
I climb on top of the casket and I'm calling it a casket tomb, but I kind of just like stab a hole directly or try to I stab like the middle like green like glowing like orb right in the middle of the shield.
Okay. Nothing happened.
It's off or something. Maybe get up with that. Can I roll a perception check to see if I noticed anything different from the last time we were down here?
Go ahead.
Nat 20, 24.
You notice that all of the statues seem to be looking at one another instead of the middle casket at this point. The eyes on the statue that gleam seem to be gleaming towards one another, then instead of the middle coffin. Sorry.
Hey, guys, the statues aren't looking at the coffin anymore. They're looking at each other.
Oh, that doesn't really help us a whole lot.
Yeah, I'm just pointing out the fact that they were looking at the coffin originally. They're not no more. Which means someone's been down here, or these damn things can like move on their own.
Hmm.
Anyone got any other suggestions? Alarian, do you know of an alternate method of summoning or calling the king?
DM, that's up to you. Do I or do I not?
You would.
I would?
Mm-hmm.
Can you DM me that? Because out of character, I have no clue.
You would know, but DMs don't know.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I would know, but well, I do recall there being an alternate way. At this exact moment, I can't put my finger on it.
Well, if only
Uh,
the gods of this world would help you remember.
He's making me roll to remember. Oh fuck. 5.
You seem to remember that it's a book.
I couldn't tell you exactly how, but I do remember that there was something about a book. A book was the alternate method. I don't remember what we're supposed to do with the book, or which book, or I'm sorry I can't be more help here. It's been many, many years since I was informed of this.
Bert,
Yeah.
Bert, sit here and wait for you guys to finish.
That is quite unfortunate. Well, does anybody have any books? I got this one, and I start going through my bag of holding to get the book out.
That is definitely not the book, but yeah, you can choose. You've already attuned to the Book of Many Wonders. So if you're reading it for what it is, are you attempting to read the book?
Also, out of character, I know it's not. But in character, it was like, well, it didn't say what kind of book, so I gotta find. I got a book here. But yeah, I am reading something out of it, just to see if I can find anything. Is what I'm initially thinking, but obviously reading the book to
So
go
as you
through it.
open the book, you notice the language immediately shift to whatever language is your most common language. And roll a d10 for me.
Nine.
Fiona, what book is that?
Immediately, everyone that you consider an ally experiences the effect of a long rest, and everybody has a calming sense that no matter what you're going up against right now, you're going to achieve. You gain the knowledge of, at this current moment, knowing you need somebody to open the sarcophagus of this king.
All right.
Well, that's a strange bit of clarity I just got. I know I need somebody needs to open this sarcophagus here.
Well, I don't know if I
And
would
you all
call
seem to
that.
be looking
Right.
feeling
Also-
quite well.
I failed to mention the chapter that Giona just read is, Did we find paradise? And Giona, the story that you read seems to be of a team that was at its wit's end, was not able to figure out anything, but then suddenly they found clarity. They found everything that they needed, and then they went on to live wonderful lives, where each and every one of them were able to produce their own destiny onto themselves.
I do feel quite rested. Kind of stretches out, stretching like, arms left and right, pulling them back a bit. Uh, may I ask what you were reading there, Giona?
You know, I'm no longer really certain what I'm holding here. And I just show him the front of the book.
Does the front of the book say the title by chance, DM?
I think he said it does.
It
I think
does.
so too, I just can't remember. Oh, is that the Book of Many Wonders?
Yes.
I believe that's an old relic of the Grove. Uh, I'll allow you to hang on to it for now, but if you don't mind, I would appreciate taking that back into my possession at some point.
Well, I'm not sure if you know how attunement works. I'm assuming you do.
Out of character, yes.
But unfortunately, that might not be very possible.
Oh, well, good to know that you have it at least, should anything happen. Please don't take that as a threat. If it leaves your care by any means, I will have to reclaim it.
Oh, yes, of
Does
course.
anyone else have any suggestions as to what book?
Oh, I. Hmm.
I don't have any suggestions towards the book, but why don't we just see if Bert can lift the damn like tomb's lid?
I mean, I don't see
Wasn't
why.
there a book down here somewhere?
Like homie do be strong, but I mean there was a book over here though. I mean I know like there's a book over here.
Well, I'll follow you. Bert, would you like to try and lift that lid? Or
Bert lift lid. Bert lift lid.
I'm gonna try to
I.
read. I'm gonna try to read the book.
The book is just passing memoria to the king.
This book is useless.
Dirty 20 on strength chat.
As you slowly pry open that,
After him saying it's useless, I also move backwards.
why,
Something definitely seems to be happening. He's quite strong.
yes, Bert's very strong. It's his finest trait.
Hey guys, look, I had a good idea for once.
a wisp flies out as Bert, the coffin seals beneath you again, and as much as you pry, it does not open. And the king flies to the middle of his coffin and says, "Well, hello there. We have seen each other before."
Yes.
Bert
Indeed
say
we have.
hi.
Now, I dare say, our friend Trimmer here has a lot of questions for you. And he requested they all be in private, so we will have to take our leave for a little while.
Is that so, boy Trimmer? Have you all completed your journey of defeating Lyra?
We've met her, defeating her. I mean, don't know if you noticed, we're down 2 people. We didn't stand a chance
Everyone,
walking in there.
we need to give him our privacy. Let's head back out for now.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, basically, as soon as he said moment of privacy, I telepathically communicate over to Bert and just start heading up, letting him know that I'm heading as well.
Joe, are you staying down where you're at?
Yep. Joe is gonna be taking his seat back down here. Or up here. Is it down? No, it's up. Yeah, it's up.
I'll be right back. Try. Follow these two for now. We'll meet you
On
right
my
back
way
up.
out with I'm assuming the King Ghost is looking at Tremor, yeah?
Well, he's been asked to speak with Tremor, so he's waiting
Okay,
for Tremor to
yeah.
speak to him.
Just wanted to make sure. My bad. I'm just gonna, on my way out, give him a little salute and continue walking up with Bert.
Tremor,
Joe, what do you think? Joe, what do you think you're doing down here?
Oh, just taking a moment back. I guess you
We
could
need
say.
to hurry up and we need to get out. I think it's time.
You think so?
I think so. So quick, follow us back to.
Okay. I'll follow you.
As Gina walks
And then,
past, he's probably gonna notice like I pull the potion out of my pocket.
yep. And I look back before I'm assuming this is just where that entrance was, where we're standing right now,
That's what I imagined.
because that's kind of where we got plopped. DM?
Tremor, you're pulling the potion out, and
Yeah, I've got the potion in my hand. I haven't drank it yet.
So, Trimmer,
So,
boy,
DM, where are you going?
What?
That is the actual exit for us right there.
yeah. You guys are leaving. You guys have followed Alarian and Bert.
What I was trying to say was like I give him a nod before I head out, before I go out. Okay, continue on. Sorry.
So, what is the news? What have you brought me?
Well, we've met Lyra. That didn't end very well. Gonna be honest with you. If you didn't notice, we're down 2 people. Our fairy friend and our rabbit are both
To be
dead.
honest, I couldn't have cared less.
Clearly. You know what this is? I kind of show him the potion. He's like, I want to see if he just knows what it is, because again, to me, it's just a mysterious potion.
No, I don't recognize that at all.
Well, be honest with you, Chief. I mean, I'm taking it that you're kind of dead already. You're a ghost.
I'm what?
I think you're dead, dude, because like you're a ghost. You're a spectral figure. You're a ghost. To me, you're dead. So
No. You see, because of these statues and everything around me, I'm actually quite more alive than you are. You could die right now, and it wouldn't matter. And nobody would care. But if I would die, well, in my figure, I could just come back again and again and again.
okay, so basically, based off what you said, like your words, these statues is what keeps you alive. So if something happens to the statues,
This inner sanctum is what keeps me alive. Yes, but does that matter? Did you defeat Lyra or not?
no, she wiped the floor with us, and here we are. I've now got a bomb tucked away in my damn chest because it was
You
my
have a
only
what?
option or death.
At that
I don't
moment,
know.
can we cut to me willing it to you're doing whatever I have to do and make it explode?
Well, I'm also like, I've got the potion in hand, and I kind of like tilt the potion back.
As soon as the king's like, you what?
Down this potion.
In that moment, Trimmer, you gain a plus 20 to your health.
Wait, my max health or temp health?
How does 46 hit you?
With a plus 20 and temp health, I'm still dead. Down at the very least.
As the walls crumble in and Valerian is pulling everybody else out, things go dark in the king's chambers.
Oh boy. I wonder if I'm so zoomed out.
How much of the ground shaking do we feel?
Giuna, describe how you set off the bomb.
So after a point, I would just like I closed my eyes and I'm since I'm not still fully understanding it, I'm just trying to like will it to blow up into the best explosion to destroy that area as possible.
Giuna and everybody else around him, while he's doing so, sees this vision in front of themselves.
Oh.
The fuck is that?
I don't know what it is. What is it? Bert? What?
Tremor, I need you to roll your very last survival save.
Death save?
Death save.
Oh no.
It was a 4.
Trimmer, you unfortunately are trapped within the rubble as everything within the king's area begins to fall in on itself, and your character is lost within the souls. I will say, though, Tremor, right before you die, right here, you will see a shadowy figure step into sight, tap you on the nose, and say, "There's more," as you disappear out of sight.
I hate the fact I didn't hear what he said. He cut out.
There's more for you. That's what I said. The rest of you all do make it back up to the town.
And just to re-ask Gina's question there, how much of that like explosion did we end up feeling? Like maybe not damage-wise, but like ground shaking, sound.
As you guys were making it up past like the first layer of steps, a lot of shaking. You definitely felt the path beneath you guys like closing in. I would say to the point to where you were scurrying to get up the stairs quicker. It wasn't a genuine walk, it was a brisk pace.
Okay. Oh,
We're still black screen.
well. Does anyone think that your friend Tremor survived?
Unfortunately, I highly doubt it.
I have no words.
Bert will remember him with Spear.
Yes, Bert.
That is a good memory you have there.
Thank you,
remember
Bert.
him with that spear.
Thank you, Bert. Very nice.
Huh. Well, I was glad to have met him. He was a brave soul. Does anyone here make music?
No, not talk.
Wish we could remember him in song.
I dare say we have somebody amongst us.
Oh no.
Who's that?
Elira.
Bert?
Oh, me?
Hello, Miss
Hello?
Lyra.
No, not Lyra. I'm just a willing traveler. My name is Helga. Hi. As she
Oh,
whispers
I
into
apologize.
Giona's ear, "Don't say a word."
I apologize, Miss Helga. You look very similar, like strikingly similar to her. So, I'm sure you could understand the mistake.
No, I'm just coming through and saw that the town was empty. I just thought that. Do you all have any food? I'm hungry.
Well,
Mm,
I do have them. I don't have much, but I do have some rations I could give you. And I pull out a day's worth.
She'll take that from you. Thank you. Um, how are you all doing? Anybody need any healing? You guys look beaten and battered.
Bert,
Well, ma'am,
Bert's fine.
I could use a little bit myself. I was hit by a boulder down there.
Bert can help.
She'll fly over to you.
Bert make you feel ball.
How is 8 points of
Doesn't
healing for
matter.
you.
Fills me right up. Sounds great. Oh, thank you, ma'am. Are you some kind of traveling healer?
Oh, just a cleric, you know. I I like to keep an eye on my friends. And Giona, we've met. You know me.
Yeah. Oh, Miss Helga, that's right. I apologize. It just went through quite a situation, and I really was not paying attention.
Well, you know, I really wanted to make sure everybody here was okay. And I heard quite a commotion, honestly. It was a really large shaking of the earth.
Yes, unfortunately, quite the explosion happened, and my old friend Tremor, he's still down there, and is most likely gone.
Oh well, nobody's ever gone, are they? Well, I mean, I'm sorry. Um, Tremor, I hope that he's okay. And does does anybody else need anything? If not, I'll go on my way. I'll leave. It's okay. I don't
Uh,
mean to disturb you
well,
all.
ma'am,
I think I'm good.
I don't know if you can work miracles, but I have seen some clerics do even more than I'm asking. Is there any chance you could go down into this building and try to revive our friend Tremor?
Oh, you know, I'll go down and I'll give it my best go.
Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate that.
As Lyra goes into the building and disappears from your all sight.
Uh, well, Giuna, you seem to have known her. Do you think there's any chance she'll be able to bring Tremor back to us?
Quite honestly, I'm not too sure.
Hmm. Shall we wait then?
We can wait for a little bit. I mean, don't think we have any real pressing matters. Perhaps, I'm sure you probably want to head back to the Grove, of course.
Yes, I would appreciate filling in Usagi on what has happened here today. Um, I'm sure she would like to know. But yeah, maybe we just wait for an hour or so.
Yes.
If that seems about right.
You guys wait
Yeah,
for
okay.
about an hour and nothing happens. No sign of movement from the church or anything.
Well, it seems our dear friend Tremor may have passed on to the next life.
Yes, and it seems Helga could not do it, or perhaps she's still trying, but if it's been this long, I don't think there's a way.
No,
Uh,
I don't think
well,
so.
shall I show you guys to the grove?
Yes, that would be
It seems to
most.
be the best idea at the moment.
And I will just head back to the grove.
Oh my goodness, lightning speed.
I'm running.
You use both its face steps.
Earl from
So
Body
we're
of a Chance of
just
Meatballs
the
run.
regular grove everybody is going to?
Like right back to where Asagi is.
Okay.
Don't forget to drag our
The chest.
visual over.
So, and just kind of while we're traveling there, of course. Uh, where did you guys? I feel like I should have asked earlier, but there was obviously more pressing matters to take care of and conflict arise. Where did you guys end up meeting? Try Tai, or whichever his name was.
And it was down in the catacombs, actually. Quite frankly, it was what I would call luck of the draw. I don't even
Oh.
know it came over me. I poked at the chest. He nipped at me, and for some reason I thought to apologize to the chest. And next thing we know, I'm talking to this little guy here.
Oh, and well, did the the catacombs under the grove through the portal?
Yes, the Lyra's lair, I believe it would be also considered.
Yes. Quite fascinating.
Yes, for some reason he seems to be quite devoted to me now, but it's quite nice having, at least some followers.
Yes, it seems to be a follower of you is, and again, not to be rude, but bad luck.
Bert, no home. Bert,
Just,
hungry. Bert, get food.
yes, Bert, you can hurry home. And, well, holy fuck. Oh, I love Bert. I'm done. My character moment there. It broke me too bad. I'm heading back.
Yes.
I was fine until I heard the snickering.
Yes. DM snickering that got me. Oh, fuck. Madam Usagi?
Oh, yes, dears. Yes, hello.
How have you been?
Well, oh, alone.
Well, we've had
Now
quite
try,
the
you wait
day.
out here.
Um, and we've brought back a couple of familiar faces. I believe you've met Giuna and Joe.
So, what was the outcome? What happened?
Well,
Well, you can tell it, Joe. I'll leave it to you.
I. Well, to put it simply, I guess you can say, you would know that we originally came with a group of 5 individuals here. Remember? If
Yeah.
you could tell, there was.
Yes. And you all murdered my sprites, my summons. Yes, I remember all the faces.
Yeah. Well, the goddess, we were told to, I guess, to put it bluntly, to destroy or something, like whatever the king said. The
Lyra.
fairy,
You were
Lyra.
supposed to.
Yeah.
You were supposed to take out Lyra. Yes.
Well, Lyra took out Durlak, the rabbit, and Perrin, the fairy. From what I don't remember much of what happened, or actually I wasn't even during it, but I was told they did not survive. And
But you
let's
were
just
here.
say I wasn't really part of the quote unquote fight. I kind of took a nap. Well, I thought it was a nap until I woke up and realized it was way past that, but
A-
I guess.
A nap. Oh, okay. But you were here now.
But yes,
And
that's
they're
where.
not here, which may mean they were gone, but you were successful, right?
I
Not even close.
I not really, no.
Oh,
I guess Genua, you know what happened with
You know.
Lyra.
One day you'll
Same
get my
thing.
name correct.
Same syllable, same thing. You can explain what happened with Lyra and the explosive tremor?
explosive.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm surprised you didn't feel the earth tremble from over here.
Oh, I did,
surprisingly.
but I didn't know. There's tons of trembles. They happen day after day, believe it or not.
Well, let's just put it this way. In honor of self-preservation, saving as many of my people as I could, as well as hoping to keep this nice grove safe as well, I had one of two choices. Die by her hand, or take down the king's tomb.
And you
And,
chose the king's tomb. Why?
well, because it was that, or it was me. And I
Uh,
dare say that at the same time, that's also the safest way to protect this place.
if I'm being honest, dearie, not the first to mention that was a possibility. We knew long before the king asked for our help, we would protect the grove before we protect the king.
Yes, but may I ask you another question before this goes too far? Are you familiar with how the king gained all his wealth, his power, yeah, perhaps even his kingship?
Yes,
So you know he made a deal with Lyra.
the king, before he was anything, before he had anything, he was just a common working man building the town of Ensvine. Everyone thought that his ascent was magical. Some believed it to be mystical. Some even believed him to be a god himself. He built this large kingdom around everyone, and it seemed like he was always there. No matter where you stepped, you saw the king. No matter where you were, you saw the king. But after enough time, after enough presence, he began to sell his vision of everything to everybody else, but you had to be at the king's side. If you didn't stand by the king would undoubtedly turn against you. And most
One
of
might
us,
say
most
he
of us
trapped
just
them.
believed it was okay. We said, the king is right in his way. Until Lyra came about. When Lyra actually showed herself to most of the people around, there became a commotion. And then the king went into hiding. When the king went into hiding, everybody lost faith. Nobody really believed in the king anymore. We just thought the king was full of it. But what other choice did we have? Lyra was the enemy. And she only began as showing herself as this fighting opponent, someone who would come in and duel some of our
You need to bring your
warriors.
mic closer.
She would
It's
duel
cutting out
some of
almost
our
every
warriors
word.
at times. But Lyra, in the end, ended up being Lyra, the god. And none of us thought of her as such. We, we just really believed that she was one of the king's concubines. That most of us didn't bother. It was too late.
Uh, Madam, I must ask, we, the Grove, we never made any deals with Lyra, did we?
No, absolutely not.
Then, just out of curiosity, how come 3 years ago, when I departed, how come we were attacked and the Grove was at risk?
Well, maybe we did then, dearie. As far as I know, we never did. But that's a really good question. Why did the grove become attacked? I personally have never questioned that. Maybe that was from the other elders.
It's
Maybe
possible.
Somebody as a
blind loyalty is not safe.
somebody as a Trojan horse, maybe.
Oh?
But the orb has always protect us. This orb is the life energy of this grove. Everything you see around you, all the greenery, as far as you go, within miles of here, is produced by this orb alone, the orb that we call the orb of light.
Well, madam, I've spent the last day with these travelers, and though I don't entirely agree with all of their methods, and I can say I was never too partial to the king or to Lyra, I still remain a neutral party, of course with my loyalty lying to the Grove. I would like to request permission for Bert and I to continue our travels and our study and travel with these fellow partners here.
Well, Valerian, as you know, and as Tree want us to remember, I will always be here for the grove. So please,
Of course.
continue on with your friends.
And
It's
how
very
long have you
quiet
been?
around here without people around anyway. You all have been the most commotion we've had. And honestly, as, as much as it has been scary and frightening, I've felt more alive than I have within the past 3 years.
I'm glad to hear that, ma'am, and I appreciate your consent to leave. Uh, I promise I will make sure to check back in at least once annually, and hopefully more, as during our time we did truly miss you, and unfortunately the rest of our circle here that seemed to pass. But
There's nothing
I
good
hope you'll
here.
find others.
I promise you that. Don't come back here unless you think you can kill a god.
I do have, I guess, a final question, and that is, are you aware if Lyra has any powers to utilize the souls that she steals?
Well, yeah. But Lyra's whole thing, what she does is utilize souls. That ah, you guys are so far behind in knowledge.
Yes, I apologize, madam. It's our travels. There was no one quite like Lyra around.
Lyra's main usage, her main passage, is taking away the souls away from anybody that she can get a contract with, and then using them for her own benefit as warriors in her marching order. Lyra was thought to be dead, slain, killed by another god. Here she is, right here in Ensfight.
Well,
Our home.
I dare
in that
say that's
case,
not quite easy.
in that case, I do have something that, so long as Giuna here will allow it, that I would like you to at least look at first. It may be nothing, but he claims it was found down beneath here in the catacombs, and though his name seems to be Ty or Try, he has let it slip once or twice while speaking that his name is Tree. And
Yes. And at that moment, try, treat. Come on over.
don't be alarmed, though, madam. Yes, he is a mimic, though he's very friendly. He has a small appetite for toes. You can ask Joe here.
You'll
But
notice as tree comes into sight of Usagi that she turns her head and grimaces very hard and says, "Yep, Tree. He was rather strong, wasn't he? Hi, Tree."
Yes, he was. I'm not sure if this is tree or it's not,
"No,
but
that is Tree."
oh, yeah, that's
She'll
our tree
slowly
from the
walk
circle.
over, place her hand on top of the chest, and just pet it like it's like a cat or a dog. This is Tree. I can sense it within him.
And at this moment, again, eyes are going to kind of gloss over, and I'm just going to look to Giona and kind of poke inside his head for a second here. Um, just leaving a message of, if you're comfortable, I would like to leave Tree here at the Grove. It's his home, but I will leave that decision to you. And of course, he can say, no, I'm not going to be upset, nothing like that. It's a totally passive, calm message, but
Can I even respond to those?
I'm thinking head shake or head nod kind of thing. There's no like backwards communication.
Okay. To Alarian's viewpoint, he would see me just kind of pondering,
And I'll just
and then he'll
continue
nod.
my perfect. And I just continue my message and say, "There's no pressure, though I do appreciate it kindly, madam. If it's okay with you, we would like to leave Tree in your protection, and
At least until
for
maybe
the
you can break this curse, and we can reconvene with him later.
I see his soul here. I've not ever seen another soul that was taken in person. This is something else. I appreciate you all leaving Tree in my guidance. I will take
he's
good
lost a bit
care
of
of him, and I
his
will do everything that I know to bring Tree back.
he's lost a bit of
Be
his
sure of
old
this.
intelligence, but he's very kind. He's very talkative. He likes to say
He
his
does
own
like
name. He'll remind you of Bert.
I just
he
want
does
meat.
like fresh meat.
Anybody have any meat?
Yeah, he's a very big fan of fresh meat, which I feel like you could find here in the forests.
Don't worry, Tree. We have plenty of meat around.
Man, I'm going to miss him, but Tree, I don't know if you even have any kind of remembrance of who you are, but I hope to see you again.
Similar to Usagi, I'm gonna walk up and kind of, not necessarily a pet, more of like a little, kind of like Bert did to Tiny Bert earlier, just a little
And
pat on the head.
The
that's funny because I was
I'll
just
miss you,
about to
Tree.
do that
the
too.
chest controlled by Giona is gonna look at Giona and say, "You always have me. I believe in you." As Giona knows that he has a true follower within Tree, regardless of where he goes from where he's at right now. Giona that is one true follower to you.
Thank you, Tree.
And the final favor that I have to ask of you, madam, I know I've asked a lot in the last couple of days since returning. Would you mind if we rest here for the night before we set off on our journey?
Absolutely not. Feel free. You will also have the mansion.
Honestly, I've walked back and forth from the Grove 2 or 3 times today.
Not
I
to
just want to
mention,
sleep
this
at
grass
home.
seems soft.
Well,
It seems to be quite cozy in here, honestly.
just to protect
Bert
you
is.
all even more.
Bert, sorry.
She walks over to the orb and puts up the barrier. Says, Sleep well.
Thank you.
I just pat the
Thank
grass
you.
next to me. Joe,
Yes. Yes.
it's just you and me now. I mean, I know these two seem to be willing to travel, but
It's not the same.
it's quite a journey we've been through in just a few days.
You know, I'll hate to admit it, but I'll miss that fairy. As much as he was annoying and stuck up the ass, but I will miss that fairy. It's quite lonely and quiet around here, I will say. And not
Yes,
hearing that voice in my head.
I'll also say, I mean, he's there's only one I won't miss too much, but
Is it the rabbit?
perhaps.
That that one's understandable. I don't think I'll miss him, but who knows? We'll see how things
And of
go with
course,
these two.
and Tremor in the end was a good one.
As even though I may have almost ended his life with my spell, but he turned out alright. I'll say that. He's another one I'll miss. But like you said, it's just us now.
DM, can you
It-
check DMs quick? Not my DMs, other players. Sorry, continue your RP.
Well, I do think it's a good time to take a rest.
For
Perhaps
sure.
this one will be a lot more cozy than the other ones we've had before.
I'm hoping. Maybe not as traumatizing either.
So,
Well, good night.
Giuna, as you're going to fade off, you will notice you did have a true follower of yours at the very end. He was feeling like he really followed you past, and he wanted to speak to you as his spirit was passing away throughout the night. And you hear the voice of Tremor coming to you. Tremor, go ahead.
The final thing that basing everything like what I'm about to say off of what the final thing I heard before I died, the only thing that he's gonna hear is if the coffin isn't destroyed, the king lives.
Hearing that, like, my eyes will snap open for a minute. Then I will just close them back and go into my trance until the next day. Remembering those words.
All right, you guys. That is the end of this session.
Session. Oh my lord.